Anybody have anything they want to say?
Just go off playing out.
This team is perfect.
Let's go out there and we'll leave it all out on the field.
Are you kidding me? And he hits! Oh, baby! Didn't move off the glass. It's good. One man to beat. Touchdown! Look out below.
I love what we do with our prep coverage.
Thanks again for all the coverage. It means a lot to our kids, it means a lot to their families.
Keep the excitement in the air.
It's really valuable to us. I want you to know that, guys.
Listen up. This is our time now.
This is the one that matters the most.
Intercepted? It is.
They're playing for their first state championship. And it's over.
Oh, my goodness.
Put this on my staff.
We can't be afraid to lose. There's no room for fear in this game.
Let's go. It's out time. Everybody in. Out time. Out time. Turns on the jet and takes it the distance.
That's a 10. That's a 10, baby.
The biggest games, the most compelling stories, the area's best high school sports coverage. This is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
For the second straight week to open up the 2026 high school football season, we greet you under the Thursday night lights. Two teams separated by about a mile and a half and one golf course on Madison's east side set to square off here in week 2 of the high school football season on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on the ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Two teams, winners in week 1, two coaches who know each other very well. An all-time legend, Torrin Young, former running back with the Monona Grove Silver Eagles, playing host to his alma mater as Madison Follette, under his first year of leadership, takes to the field seeking its first postseason berth since 2021. Good evening, everybody. My name is Jesse Nelson, joined by the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Semrau, and this is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on ESPN Madison. Zimbrick Honda has been a part of the Madison community since 1973, experienced second-to-none customer service at 2 convenient service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From maintenance to repairs, Honda-certified technicians handle it all. And if you need new tires, Dennis Semrau, you buy 3 and get the 4th for how much?
$1.
Shop local, shop Zimbrick Honda. A beautiful Thursday evening here, August 27th, 2026, and we will always remember it, Dennis, as the night that Torrin Young led the Follette Lancers against his former squad that he helped win a state championship with more than a decade ago.
Yeah, he was on the staff last year, but as an assistant coach. A little bit different when HC is in front of you as the head coach now. We had a great chat with Torrin this summer for our preseason coaches roundtable with his alma mater. And Torrin's been in the district now 4 years. One of his main job actually is the restorative justice coordinator here at the school. So he sees kids some kinds of discipline usually. Hopefully it's a good thing. But for him to be in the building is pretty cool. And it was alma mater just around the corner. So if he has any questions, he's got some of his old teachers and principals and everything else that he can call on.
We'll tell you much more about Torrin Young and his illustrious playing career, in addition to now being the first-year head coach of the Follette Lancers, coming up here on the PrepMania pregame show, driven by Zimbrick Honda here on ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Dennis, let's talk more about the teams, though, coming into play here tonight. The Monona Grove Silver Eagles finished one game shy in overtime, a loss to Waunakee last year from winning a conference title in the Badger Large. They have their eyes set not only on a conference title here in 2026, but they want to make a deep postseason run as well. They had a strong start to the season with a shutout win in Week 1, 42-0. What do we know so far about the Silver Eagles here as we get set for Week 2 tonight?
Well, you got a veteran quarterback back in Jackson Zakowski. He was 6 of 8, 107 yards, 2 touchdowns last week. And then he got one of the best defensive linemen in the state in D'Angelo Clay. He had 7 tackles, 3 TFLs last week. And he's had a couple of D3 offers right now, kind of waiting to see. Might be a little bit undersized for that next level for the D1s, but he's got a motor that won't quit. He's one of the heart and soul of this team from a leadership standpoint. So when you got an offensive and a defensive stud, that's going to take you a long way.
And meanwhile, the La Follette Lancers, last year, not their strongest season. It's been a couple of years since they've been to the postseason, but you just feel under first-year head coach Torrin Young that things are starting to turn around here on Madison's east side. They had a strong victory in week 1, and Dennis, they have a chance to make a real statement on their home turf here tonight.
Yeah, they like to run the football. Unfortunately, last year they only had 29 carries for 42 yards, and then only 4 passing attempts. So the time of possession was pretty much dominated by MG. Torrin would like to change that. Week 1, they had a great week with rushing the football. They outgained Memorial 424 yards to 339, 269 on the ground. So if they can, and one of it was they gave up an early safety, and they bounced back from that adversity. So this is a team that the last 2 years they've lost 42-0, both years to MG. And they've been outscored 224-57 in the 5 meetings. Obviously, MG has won all 5. And I think Torrin, second year, he's been part of the program for 4 years, but he took a little bit of time off to get his master's degree. So it's going to take a little bit of time to get that culture established here. But if they can run the football tonight, keep MG's offense off the field, it can make it an interesting game.
We'll tell you about it throughout the night, but some of the numbers for some of the key offensive players for La Follette, in week 1, they're already surpassing season-long totals from last year. So this is a much better La Follette team here in 2026 than we saw a year ago.
They've also got a great leader in Patrick Toomey. He's going to be one of our UW Credit Union Student Athletes of the Week coming up here. He was an honorable mention all Big 8 conference selection last year, plays basketball. He's had some D3 offers, but he's just like I think Clay is for MG. He's the heart and soul of this La Follette team.
Expecting a packed house here at historic Lussier Stadium on Madison's east side as we get set for 2 teams separated by just a little more than a mile. The Monona Grove Silver Eagles and the La Follette Lancers coming up on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania, brought to you in part by TPC Wisconsin. If you're looking to join an international quality golf club right here in Madison, discover TPC Wisconsin, an instant classic in the heart of the Midwest. Schedule a tour at tpcwisconsin.com and start your journey to a lifetime of priceless golf. TPC Wisconsin, home to the ESPN Madison Open and many other great outings that we get to be a part of all year long. Check it out now, TPC Wisconsin. Coming up next, we'll get a check of the Midwest Financial Group coaches profile, including a look at Torrin Young and his historic career at Monona Grove. Now the head man for the La Follette Lancers. That's all as we get set, counting ourselves down to kickoff under the Thursday night lights. La Follette and Monona Grove coming up on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Zimbrick Honda has been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973. They're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether you're looking for a sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none. Stop in today at their location on Fish Hatchery Road and lease a 2026 Honda Accord LX sedan for as low as $215 per month. Or browse their vehicle selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. That's ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local, shop Zimbrick Honda.
Is your home ready for a transformation? Whether it's a stunning kitchen remodel, a fresh new bathroom, or a complete exterior makeover, Wanakee Remodeling has you covered. Their expert team turns your vision into reality with quality craftsmanship, affordable pricing, and unbeatable customer service. From concept to completion, Wanakee Remodeling is here for you. View what's possible at their beautiful showrooms in Madison and Wanakee and call 608-442-0034 or visit WanakeeRemodeling.com for your free estimate today.
Bringing summer gatherings to the next level is just another thing we do at Celebrations Entertainment. Hi, it's Jeffrey. With rental items like sound equipment, photo booths, and even yard games, you can make your event the party that everyone talks about. Any event like graduation parties, block parties, or even a backyard barbecue can be elevated with fun, interactive items to make everyone ask, hey, how'd you pull this off? Just tell them celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Running a business doesn't leave time to wait. You need answers and a banker who responds. At Starian Bank, you work directly with local decision makers who understand your business and act quickly. No runaround, no delays, just solutions. The right banking relationship makes a difference, especially when things get complicated. Starion Bank, built for the long game. Visit starionbank.com to get started today.
The Brewers have the best record in baseball.
Everything they've done this year is to say, can this team beat LA? That is the goal.
Continue listening to the First Place Crew all season, right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on the ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. The pregame drive driven by Zimbrick Honda as we count down to kickoff of Follette and Monona Grove coming up at the top of the hour. Time now for a check of the Midwest Financial Group coach's profile this evening. Behind every great team is a great coach. Let the Midwest Financial Group be yours for your financial planning needs. Head to mfgteam.com to get started today. Dennis, what can you tell us about the leader of the Monona Grove Silver Eagles and the former head coach of Follette's head coach, Torrin Young, in his 12th season? It's Brandon Beckwith.
Well, his 12th year. He's in his 23rd year with the program. He's also a physical education teacher and is the at-risk coordinator here. A 1996 MG grad. He also graduated from Whitewater, and was a baseball coach here for a little bit at MG. He was the defensive coordinator in 2013 when the Silver Eagles won the Division III state title. He was named the head coach in 2014, and they also have a runner-up finish in 2016 in Division II. So highly successful. Right now he is at 92-35. Could win number 100 this season.
And a strong possibility to do so based on MG's start and what we saw on the field from them last year. Meanwhile, in his first season, Torrin Young, the head coach of the Follette Lancers, that's the big storyline for us coming into tonight's game. Torrin Young, for the first time as a head coach, going up against his alma mater.
Yeah, Torrin was a 2015 or was 16 grad? Excuse me. He was a sophomore in 2013 when they won state. He was part of Will's staff last year, and unfortunately, Coach Austin had to step down. And lo and behold, Torrin was ready for his first head coaching job. He played 3 seasons for the Hawkeyes, but with Silver Eagles, he was a 3-year starter. He racked up 4,935 yards and 54 touchdowns in his career. And he ended up with 2,569 yards his senior year. That year it was the second most behind Kimberly's Blair Mulholland, who had a great state championship game. He averaged 235 yards per game with 28 touchdowns that year. Wow. So he knows how to run the football, and that's what they are going to do. And, coaches, I remember Al McGuire, longtime basketball coach, he couldn't shoot, so he coached defense. Well, Torrin's a running back. He wants that run game going, and tonight will be a good night, hopefully, for them to kick it off.
It's a check of our Midwest Financial Group coaches profile tonight. And a reminder, coming up at halftime, these two coaches sat down with Riley Yauk and the Dean Dennis Semrau on our PrepMania preview show leading into the season, the Coaches Roundtable. We're going to play a snippet of that conversation, if you missed it, coming up at halftime of tonight's game. Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania brought to you in part by Christofferson Moving and Storage. For over a century, one family has helped generations move forward with upfront pricing and professional crews. Christofferson Moving and Storage handles the heavy lifting so you can focus on what's next. Christofferson Moving and Storage, your best move since 1906. Get your complimentary quote at ChristoffersonMoving.com. A check of our Pizza Hut power rankings in our ESPN Wisconsin media poll, both the large and small divisions. We'll talk about that coming up next as we count down to kickoff of MG and Follette on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Mike, what's one of the most important questions people should be asking about metal roofing?
It should be who's doing the installation. It takes focus, precision, and technical experience. We'll answer all your questions.
After all, we are masters of metal roofing.
I'm Mike.
And Mary Sweda. Enjoy the long-lasting architectural strength and beauty of a Sweda metal roof.
SWITA metalroofing.com.
Sweda Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need. Discover the all-new TPC Wisconsin, Madison's premier destination for families, women, and golfers of all levels. Fresh off a stunning $30 million transformation, TPC Wisconsin offers more than championship golf. Enjoy a welcoming community with tennis, pickleball, a world-class golf academy, swimming, fitness, and family-friendly activities all year long. Experience the newest TPC golf club in the world right here in Madison. Visit tpcwisconsin.com to explore memberships and schedule your tour today.
If Wisconsin sports gets you fired up, you're in the right place on the Saturday Scramble.
But we can't take this for granted as Brewers fans. This team is elite. This team is definitely built to make a World Series. They are built to go far in the playoffs.
Saturday Scramble, live every Saturday 10 to noon on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Molly Brown here, and if you need room for everything life throws your way, meet the 2026 Kia Carnival at Metro Kia of Madison. Right now, well-qualified buyers can get 1.9% APR financing for up to 48 months on a new 26 Carnival using Kia Finance. That's just $21.65 per month for every $1,000 financed for 48 months with no down payment required. Offer ends August 31st and is subject to credit approval, vehicle availability, and dealer participation. See Metro Kia for complete details.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Shades of red and shades of blue both filing in here at Lussier Stadium on Madison's east side, as we get set for a crosstown rivalry game between the Follette Lancers and the Monona Grove Silver Eagles. Here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania, alongside the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Semrau. My name is Jesse Nelson, and this is the Zimbrick Honda PrepMania pregame show on ESPN Madison. A reminder, coming up after tonight's game, we will award our Pizza Hut Player of the Game. Pizza Hut has changed the game with the return of the throwback value menu. Get your choice of a medium, one-topping stuffed crust pizza for just $10, or dive into their triple cheese mac, plus satisfy that sweet tooth with the new s'mores sticks. You know the Dean likes that. Find the nearest location and order online now at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut, the official pizza of PrepMania. They are also the ones who bring us our ESPN Wisconsin media poll rankings each week, powered by Pizza Hut. Small school teams who play their championships on Thursday at Camp Randall Stadium, divisions 4 through 7. Large school teams who play their championships on Friday, divisions 1 through 3. Looking at the large division, Dennis, because that's where all of the teams that we're watching here tonight, Monona Grove and La Follette, are in play. Neither ranked in our top 10 this week. Arrowhead remains in the number 1 spot. Bayport number 2. Muskego 3 after they defeated Wanakee last week in a big non-conference tilt. Green Bay Notre Dame 4. Sussex Hamilton 5. Catholic Memorial on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee is in at number 6. West Appear we saw last week. They were unranked. They got a big road win at Sun Prairie East. They're into the rankings at number 7. Neenah is 8. Verona shut out Oak Creek in Week 1 on PrepMania last Friday night. They're in at number 9, and Mequon Homestead at 10 to round out our top 10. Dennis, what stands out to you from those large division rankings here for Week 2?
Well, the only team in action along with us tonight is Catholic Memorial at Sun Prairie West. That should be a running clock over there. Sorry, Wolves, but Catholic Memorial is, again, one of those powerhouses. They can compete in any division. Just a matter of what the performance factor puts them in every year. Arrowhead, I think, defending state champ. You got to go with them, even though Bayport, really impressive win over Middleton. They destroyed the Cardinals last week. Muskego beat Wanakee. That's a great game. Two teams, they could have scheduled down, but taking on two blue bloods going at each other in the opening week. Are you kidding me? And Wanakee had some injuries, not to downplay what Muskego did, but those are two teams that are going to be in the playoffs.
Pizza Hut Power Rankings. You can catch the new rankings. The ESPN Wisconsin Media Poll unveiled each week on PrepMania Weekly, Monday nights after the Barry Alvarez Show on ESPN Madison. PrepMania brought to you in part by Game One. Looking to elevate your game? Game One provides your team with custom uniforms, apparel, and equipment. Their online team and fan stores allow you to get custom gear anytime, anywhere. Game One, built for performance and backed by unmatched service. Visit game-1one.com today because your team deserves the best. Coming up next, we'll get our keys to tonight's game as we count down to kickoff. Monona Grove and Follette coming up on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
The team at Midwest Financial Group are values-based financial specialists that offer full-service financial solutions. This local independent firm has been dedicated to helping people achieve their financial, tax, and insurance goals for over 30 years. Visit mfgteam.com to learn more about how they can help set up your future for financial success. Advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, a registered investment advisor.
Remember when your favorite Pizza Hut classics came with prices like these? Good news, they're back. Introducing the Throwback Value Menu, featuring the new medium one-topping stuffed crust pizza for just $10, and other favorites starting at only $3. Plus, try the new Triple Cheese Mac, or satisfy your sweet tooth with new s'more sticks. Check out the full Throwback Value Menu at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. That's pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
There's nothing better than football season. Big hits, game-winning drives, and keeping the chains moving. Speaking of moving, if you've got one coming up, then call Christofferson Moving and Storage. Whether you're moving your home or your business, Christofferson's experienced team makes the process easy, from kickoff to the final whistle. Packing, storage, local, or long distance, they've got your move covered. Christofferson Moving and Storage, your best move since 1906. Learn more at christoffersonmoving.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on the ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Jesse Nelson, the Dean Dennis Semrau. Special thanks to our audio producer, Riley Yauk, back in the Everlight Solar studio at ESPN Madison tonight. Video producer on site, helping us look good on the ESPN Madison live free YouTube stream, Owen Dimple. Well-educated from the pride of Bradley University on site with us here in the booth at historic Lussier Stadium. Dennis, this is my first time here. They renovated the stadium a couple of years ago. I was here for the old stadium, never here since they renovated it. This is wonderful. They did a fantastic job here. Turf field shared between Follette and East. It's got the dual end zones like Sun Prairie East-West or over at Mansfield for Memorial and Madison West. Scoreboard looks fantastic over here. Crowds rolling in. This has all the vibes of a great high school football night here.
The only problem is funny, Parker, tonight. It's open house night at Senate School right behind us here. And they had look like a good crowd, which is, hey, you want the parents out. You want them supporting, the teachers and their kids. So that was a pleasant problem to have tonight. And soccer practices were going on around us. And we got a baseball diamond just out in front of us. Hard to believe that we still got Major League Baseball going on, but here we are, week number 2 in high school football. And by the way, they're up besides our game tonight. Baraboo at Portage, Burlington at Janesville Parker, Columbus at Greenfield, and then I said earlier Catholic Memorial at Sun Prairie West. So, yes, Thursday night lights. We'll take it. And ironically, one of the things that Follette did this year is that every week Torrin had a football movie for the guys to watch. His favorite is Friday Night Lights.
Nice.
He said, well, you're playing on Thursday. He goes, I don't get still Friday night. And then, of course, remember the Titans? Gridiron Gang was another good one.
Yeah.
With The Rock. So
yeah, absolutely.
Get them fired up for the season.
Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. You're listening to the Zimbrick Honda PrepMania pregame show on ESPN Madison. The Monona Grove Silver Eagles coming out onto the field in their road white uniforms, baby blue helmets, letters, and numbers. with a dark blue trim. You can see them on the YouTube channel, and a good contingency on the far bleachers of Monona Grove fans who have made the very short trip over here to catch this game tonight. I expect some more will roll in even after kickoff on a beautiful evening here on Madison's east side. The Lancers about to take the field as well, coming running through the banner in their home maroon uniforms, silver helmets and pants, white letters and numbers with that silver trim. They look good with the red L on either side of those helmets, and here they come out onto their home stadium at Lussier Field.
If you want to look good, play good, you got to look good, and both teams look good tonight.
Looks like a good high school football game here tonight, Dennis. Let's talk about what the keys to the game are for each team to come away with a good performance here in week 2 of the high school football season. Let's start with the Monona Grove Silver Eagles on the road.
Well, number one, eliminate La Follette's big plays. They have explosive running backs and wide receivers. Control the line of scrimmage on both the O-line and D-line and keep the momentum going. I mean, stay ahead of the chains, but number one, have fun. It's football. Go out and have fun, guys.
And for the La Follette Lancers on their home field.
Pretty much esoteric here. Play our game, be physical, give an all-out effort, and control the controllables, which means our effort and attitude. So no matter what the scoreboard is, just give me that effort, guys, and we'll be winners.
Game time forecast, 74 degrees, not a cloud in the sky, a picture-perfect night for high school football here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Game time forecast brought to you by News 3 Now. High school sports fans, News 3 Now keeps you covered all day with the weather you need to plan ahead. What's happening in the community and local sports across Madison and southern Wisconsin. Stay informed with the latest local news on News 3 Now. On the other side of this break, we will get this game underway. Week 2 of the high school football season under the Thursday night lights. The Monona Grove Silver Eagles and the La Follette Lancers. Kickoff is next on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? GRB Academy's annual Top Prospect Camp is Sunday, October 11th, bringing together some of the best talent from across the Midwest. The camp is open to high school position players, pitchers, and catchers in the 2027 through 2030 graduating classes. Space is limited, and registration closes once capacity is reached. Don't miss your chance to compete and showcase your skills among the best of the Midwest. Register today at grbacademy.com. That's grbacademy.com.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Running a business doesn't leave time to wait. You need answers and a banker who responds. At Starion Bank, you work directly with local decision makers who understand your business and act quickly. No runaround, no delays, just solutions. The right banking relationship makes a difference, especially when things get complicated. Starion Bank, built for the long game. Visit starionbank.com to get started today.
Every morning starts with questions about what's ahead.
At News 3 Now this morning, we're here to help you start your day ready and informed.
From the weather you need to plan your day,
to what's happening across our community and the 608.
And the consumer information helping you make smarter choices.
From your first cup of coffee
or your third cup to the moment you head out the door.
Wake up with Chris, Kyrie on, Josh Savannah, and Michelle Renee Quinn. News 3 Now this morning, 4:30 to 7 a.m. Weekdays, moving forward.
We're way past big speech time. Anybody have anything they want to say?
Just go out and play and have fun.
This team is perfect.
Let's go out there and we'll leave it all out on the field.
Are you kidding me? And he hit! Oh, baby! Didn't move off the glass. It's good. One man to beat. Touchdown! Look out below.
I love what we do with our prep coverage. Thanks again for all the coverage. It means a lot to our kids, it means a lot to their families.
Keep the excitement in the air.
It's really valuable to us. I want you to know that, guys.
Listen up. This is our time now.
This is the one that matters the most.
Intercepted? It is.
They're playing for their first state championship, and it's over.
Oh, my goodness.
Put this on my staff.
We can't be afraid to lose. There's no room for fear in this game.
Let's go. It's out time. Everybody in. Out time. Out time.
Turns on the jet and takes it the distance.
wins. That's a 10. That's a 10, baby.
The biggest games, the most compelling stories, the area's best high school sports coverage. This is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Week 2 of the high school football season at historic Lussier Stadium under the Thursday night lights. It's Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania alongside the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Semrau. My name is Jesse Nelson. We are set for the Follette Lancers playing host to the Monona Grove Silver Eagles. Follette will kick left to right to start this game as we see it with you on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Handling the kicking is the senior number 1, Dylan Olkers. Back to receive a couple of Silver Eagles, including number 11, Hunter Meyer. Fielded inside the 10-yard line, returned up the gut, bouncing outside, and a potential touchdown-saving tackle just out past the 35-yard line by one of the Follette defenders. The ball came out near the end of that play, but the officials rule that the return man was down, and he's still down. Unfortunately, looks like we may have an injured Silver Eagle on the very first play of this game. The kickoff returned for a grand total of a little bit more than 25 yards. It was fielded inside the 10-yard line, taken out to the 36. So Silver Eagles, well, already a couple of players down tonight, Dennis, and this is not a good sign that they may lose another player here before they even take an offensive snap to begin their first possession of the game.
Yeah, Mekhi Fowler, they're all second team all-conference, running back and defensive back, out with an injury. He's supposed to miss the first couple of weeks. That's a big loss, but they've got a lot of depth here. Looked like for number 2.
That's Jay Ramsey, a senior running back.
Yeah, he's the next guy in behind Fowler. So, what is it? Week number 1, Ramsey had 3 rushes, 13 yards. Also had a pass. Main rusher last week was Carson Shaner. He had 66 yards rushing.
I'd expect a heavy dose of Shaner here tonight now, as Ramsey needs some help getting off the field.
Yeah.
So
also Zukowski, the quarterback, had 65 yards rushing. So both teams, the quarterbacks are going to be able to beat them teams with their feet. So we're going to see some scrambles tonight.
So not the ideal start that Monona Grove was looking for on that opening return. They do have good field position at their own 36-yard line to begin this game.
I'll take that any day.
Quarterback Jackson Zukowski in a shotgun formation awaits the first snap. Puts a man in motion. That's D'Angelo Clay standing to his left.
There it is.
Quarterback keeper for Zukowski. Bounces outside near first down yardage, and he has it before being pushed out right near midfield. A gain of about 14 yards for Jackson Zukowski, all-conference second-team quarterback last year in 2025. A lot of experience, Dennis, returning at that quarterback position for the Silver Eagles this season.
Yeah, Jamario Morgan wrapped him up there after a 14-yard gain, first down. But like I said, both quarterbacks are going to be able to run.
Ball right at midfield. Zukowski looks to the sideline. See if they make any adjustments here. I always like when they have the posters on the sideline with the different logos and symbols, and you try to decipher what it all means as the game continues.
Also, we talked about D'Angelo Clay. He is in the backfield now.
Here's Clay with the carry, and D'Angelo Clay carrying Follette defenders for a first down inside the 40, down to the 38, a gain of 12 on the first carry for the senior running back, D'Angelo Clay.
Yeah, he had 2 carries, 13 yards last week, 86 yards and 2 touchdowns last year. He'll have that before either tonight's over or next week. He's going to carry the ball a lot more this year.
First passing attempt of this game caught over the middle of the field. That's the tight end, Nick Busalaki, whose name I will enjoy saying throughout the course of this evening. Second catch of the season for Busalaki, the junior, wearing number 9 in the road white uniforms of the Silver Eagles. Had 4 catches for 33 yards last year. He's already halfway to his productivity from a season ago. 8-yard gain sets up second down and 2 for Monona Grove at the 31-yard line of Follette. opening drive of this game. See if the Lancer defense can come up with a big stop here on the opening series after MG moved the ball with ease to begin it. Pass to the right side is caught for a first down and lunging into the red zone. That's Diego, how do we say this one? Adame?
Adame, yeah.
Number 80 in the Road Whites. Diego Adame had a catch last week and a touchdown. First non-touchdown reception for him statistically this year. Now a quick pass is incomplete, trying to set up the screen on the right side. I think that was Busalaki, the tight end, who couldn't come up with it. So now 2nd and 10 for Monona Grove. First time they're facing 2nd and long in this game. Just over a minute and a half in, 10:18 to play in the first quarter.
Averaging 11 yards of play before that incompletion. That's a good start for the offense, but the defense got them backpedaling right now.
Jackson Zukowski, a 3-sport athlete, also plays basketball and rugby.
He's on a championship rugby team this summer.
Zukowski fires it middle of the field, caught. Here's Adame lunging forward near the 10-yard line, short of the first down sticks. It's 3rd down and very short, about 3rd and 1 upcoming here for Monona Grove. 2 minutes into the game. Let's see if these La Follette fans cheer on their defense. Fans still rolling in. As we mentioned, it is tough to find a parking spot here at historic Lussier Stadium tonight with all the events going on.
Might be easy to park at MG and walk over through the golf course.
Honestly. Here's the snap, handoff, first down, and surging toward the goal line. Stopped at the 1. Carson Shaner on the carry was the leading rusher last week for Monona Grove of the running backs. 12 carries for 66 yards and a score. 1st and goal, MG. High snap, they'll give it to Shaner, and he crosses the goal line, and the Silver Eagles strike first on the opening drive. They go all the way down the field in 2.5 minutes and take a 6-0 lead. 1-yard touchdown run for Carson Shaner, his 2nd of the season, already eclipsing his total of all of last season. And it's 6-0 Monona Grove, point after pending. On for the point after is Hans Heffley, senior kicker. 44 of 47 point after attempts a season ago. And Hans puts it right through the uprights. Good. 7-0. Monona Grove leads Madison La Follette. 9:30 to play first quarter. Back in 30 seconds after this on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Bucky wants a Honda with lots of headroom.
Zimbrick, Fish Hatchery Road.
Something with room for all your friends, right?
These are the people who take good care of you.
It's gotta be red, of course.
Get to know Zimbrick, cause you deserve it.
Zimbrick Honda. Hundreds of options. Zero hassle.
Zimbrick, Fish Hatchery Road.
Honda.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on the ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. 7-0 Monona Grove takes the opening drive all the way down the field, puts a touchdown on the board. Silver Eagles up a score. Let's see how La Follette responds with their first offensive series of the night here in week 2 of the high school football season. PrepMania brought to you in part by the GRB Academy. Interested in getting individual or group lessons from some of the highest level of coaching for the baseball player in your life? GRB Academy offers individual and group lessons for players of all ages and skill levels. Visit grbacademy.com for more information. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player. Look at this formation, Dennis. They whistle it to put the ball in play, and Monona Grove bluffs an onside kick.
By the way,
they didn't like that one if you're a La Follette fan. They're like, what the heck is this team doing?
By the way, that drive was 8 plays, 64 yards, 2:25 time of drive. Shaner, 2nd touchdown of the season, a 1-yard run.
Line drive fielded on a hop for the return inside the 5-yard line. It comes out to the 25. Decent return for Cooper Hermanson, the junior receiver for La Follette Lancers. And so here comes Madison La Follette. Offense under first-year head coach Torrin Young. a superstar running back for Monona Grove more than a decade ago. Went on to have a very successful college career in the Big Ten with the Iowa Hawkeyes. Was drafted by the New York Jets in the NFL draft. Had a brief NFL career. Now back here in the Madison area. Been an assistant coach for a couple of years and leads the Lancers to a win last week in his debut.
Unfortunately, he can't carry the ball tonight.
And unfortunately, he is not available. I don't know. NCAA rules are iffy these days, but I don't think he has any more eligibility.
Tell me about it.
Patrick Toomey, senior quarterback, under center for La Follette. First play from scrimmage for the Lancers is a handoff that is stifled at the line of scrimmage. No gain, setting up 2nd down and 10 for the Lancers.
Sean Peeler with the carry.
Dennis, we know that La Follette may face an uphill battle here tonight, but this season they are led by a great leader, their starting quarterback, Patrick Toomey.
Yeah, Toomey last year ended up, he only completed 15 of 45 passes. He still was honorable mention all-conference quarterback. Ran for 461 yards. Last week, 5 of 11, 156 yards, and 3 touchdowns. 5 completions, 3 scores, so we know he can throw it.
High snap. Toomey's able to field it, throws left side, and it's caught diving to the ground near the numbers. Catch made on the far end by Javante Morgan. Had 2 catches for 75 yards last week. Each of them was a touchdown, 49 yards and 26 yards. So our apologies to Javante Morgan. That is his first catch this year that did not go for 6 points. Tough break. Gain of 3, though, sets up 3rd down and 7. For Madison La Follette, approaching 8 minutes to play here in the first quarter.
By the way, he's number 5, his twin brother, and they are both 6'2", 175-pound seniors. So they are identical twins in more ways than one.
Toomey in a shotgun formation here on 3rd and 7. They need to get to the 35-yard line. Pressure coming. Toomey gets away from 1, gets away from 2 and 3. Now wants to fire it. Has a man. Good for a first down. Up the left sideline and near midfield, being brought down on the far sideline. What a play. Patrick Toomey eluding pressure in the backfield and moving the sticks by keeping it alive with his escapability.
There you go. We talked about being able to run the ball well, being able to create some action in the pocket. Beautiful pass, going to his left to be able to complete that.
Broken play, man was wide open on the far left sideline, and we do have another Silver Eagle down back near where the line of scrimmage was for this play on the far end of the field. Unable to see who that is.
Did you catch the number on the receiver?
If I did, Dennis, I would have said it.
Okay, well.
We've been doing this 10 years together, buddy. Don't you know my cues by now? Come on. 7:39 to play here in the first quarter. And we've got an injured Silver Eagle player down on the field. So we'll keep an eye out on who this player is. Let you know momentarily as there's a brief stoppage. So first, we want to take this moment to tell you that Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania is brought to you in part by Hooper Service. At Hooper Service, customer comfort comes first. Their home comfort priority plan keeps systems running their best, saving customers money with priority service. And for heating, cooling, plumbing, or fire protection, Hooper is there 24/7. Turn to the experts, Carrier and Hooper. Injured player still down for Monona Grove as...
By the way, confirmed that was Sean Peeler on that catch. 27 yards.
You were very stealthy doing that, Dennis. No one noticed.
Yeah, right. Big paws tripping over stuff, God.
That was...
Sorry.
No.
We get yelled at for stats crew, okay. When you put the headsets down on the table and they rattle,
yeah.
I'm sure that one hit the floor.
Well, you hit every possible thing you could have on the way over.
Tell Strofe we went up to him. Alex would be just yearly standing. Alex would be rolling on the floor after that one.
I don't even remember who you said caught the pass, dude.
Number 3. I was so eager to make sure I had the right guy on it.
Peeler out of the backfield. That's
27-yard completion on 3rd and 7.
Dennis is going to climb Mount Everest next to get through the next run.
Anything to get those stats and those names right for those kids, right? Want to make sure Sean got his due. Sorry, guys.
All right, so after the injury timeout, the injured Silver Eagle player able to get off the field under his own power. So that's great news. We'll see if he's able to come back into the game here as we continue. Back to the action, 7:39 to play first quarter.
You got me around for a comic relief, right?
That's exactly why we keep you around here, Dennis. 1st and 10 at midfield for Madison La Follette. Toomey awaits the snap. He's the only man in the backfield. Quick pass right side. Oh, and it's a little too short, incomplete, intended for sophomore running back Bryshawn Dillard, who had a big week last week in La Follette's Week 1 victory. 13 carries for 127 yards 1 week ago.
Now, that was a great reaction by the Monona Grove defense because that was very close to being a lateral. You don't assume anything. You see the ball hit the turf, go for it. And if that could have been a fumble recovery for the Silver Eagles, instead just an incomplete pass.
2nd down and 10 for Madison La Follette. Clock stops with 7:37 to play here in the first quarter. Week 2 of the high school football season on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Toomey awaits the snap, puts a man in motion left to right, fake the handoff. Toomey takes it himself, muscled down by a MG defender before he can get to the 45-yard line, but the Lancers move the ball into Silver Eagle territory, setting up a manageable 3rd down and 6, 4-yard carry for Toomey.
It was Ganchert, Landry Ganchert, number 20 on the tackle. How do you respond to the big drive by Monona Grove with one of your own here? Good comeback here by the Lancers. See if they can get the ball down at least to field goal range.
Line to gain is the 40. You can see it spotted on the 46 if you're watching with us here on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. More than 200 strong. Joining us here in this first quarter. Toomey to throw, left side out of the backfield, has a man, 1st down and more. Dillard up the left sideline, inside the 30 before he's pushed out of bounds. Again, La Follette converts on 3rd down, and this is turning out to be an impressive opening drive for the Lancers.
Sweet.
Bryshawn Dillard out of the backfield. They had that drawn up the entire way, and MG's defense did not see it coming. They'll spot him out of bounds right at the 30.
Just a sophomore last week, 13 carries, 127 yards, but looking for his first touchdown. Maybe he'll get it on this drive.
Gain of 16 officially for Dillard on 3rd and 6. Now 1st and 10 for Madison La Follette. 6:33 to go here in the first quarter. Toomey pitches left. Here's Peeler. Can he get the edge? No, so he lowers his shoulder, goes into the pile. Gets a yard, maybe 2. 2nd down, and we'll call it 9 coming up for the Lancers, now inside the 30-yard line.
Nice drive, 3 minutes plus here on this drive for the Lancers. Offense looking very crisp here to start with. Being able to pick up 3rd down conversions this early in the season is huge.
And if you draw up, Dennis, how you're going to hang in a game that you may not be a favorite in, this is the way to do it, right? You control the clock, run the ball effectively, extend your drives, and give yourself a chance. Shorten the game.
You've got to have playmakers, and Toomey is a playmaker. And we see why one of the keys, the explosiveness of the receivers for the Lancers.
High snap again. Toomey takes it himself, lowers the shoulder, runs past the line of scrimmage, gets a yard or 2. 3rd down and long now for La Follette. Call it the 28-yard line. 3rd and 8 for the Lancers. Got to think this looks like 4-down territory here now inside the 30, facing 3rd and 8.
Yeah, they got, we see Beckett Kennedy.
Pretty good kicker, honestly.
Two PATs last year, 0 for 1 for field goals. He was 17 of 17 in PATs, so yeah, the chance of going for field goals is pretty slim. They'll go for it.
See if La Follette can pick up another 1st down. They're already 2 for 2 on 3rd down here on this opening drive. Toomey awaits the snap. Pressure coming. Toomey wants to throw one-on-one right side. Lot of contact, and the drive will extend for La Follette. Pass falls innocently incomplete, well out of bounds near the end zone, but 2 flags come in. Everybody in the building knew that that was pass interference on Monona Grove. And so La Follette will get a fresh set of downs here. And they're going to move, I believe, into the red zone here once this penalty is officially announced.
Yeah, it's not an automatic 1st down in high school, but at 28 they should mark it to the 14, half the distance to the goal. Normally it'd be a 15-yard penalty. And right, they're going to put it, they're going to put it right on the 15.
At the 15 so they're going to go to, sure.
So 1st and 10 on the 15. So it's actually a 13-yard penalty.
So 1st down and 10 for the La Follette Lancers into the red zone on their opening drive. Under 5 minutes to play first quarter, trailing 7-0. Toomey handoff, trying to shuffle out of the backfield. Peeler stayed on his feet, but the MG defenders just kept coming for him. Ends up losing a yard back to the 16. Loss of 1, 2nd and 11 for Madison La Follette.
That was the third first down on this drive, all 3 on third down plays.
In the ESPN Madison live YouTube stream comments, let us know where you're watching tonight's game from. Want to give you a shout out, cheer on your favorite players, your favorite team. Let us hear from you. Drop a comment in our ESPN Madison live YouTube chat. We'll give you a shout out and a couple of mentions as we continue throughout tonight's game. Appreciate all of you joining us, more than 200 strong here in the first quarter. Toomey, shotgun formation, directing traffic. Man in motion goes left to right. Now here's the snap. Toomey wants to throw quickly. Has a screen set up right side. Shuffle. First down yardage near the 5 and pushed out of bounds. Peeler stayed on his feet. That was a tough, angry run after the catch by senior running back Sean Peeler. And La Follette very close to picking up a first down in the red zone. They're going to actually spot him a yard short of it. Line to gain was the 5. They'll say he was pushed out at the 6. So 3rd down and 1 now for the La Follette Lancers. They can get a first down here at the 5 to set up 1st and goal. Lancers thinking 6. They want to hang in this game against their crosstown rival.
This is the 11th play of the drive.
Toomey takes the snap, fake the handoff, runs left. Can he get the edge? Shakes one defender. Toomey to the pylon, and he's in. Touchdown La Follette. The Lancers with an answer. They're a point after away from tying this game late in the first quarter. How about that for an opening drive? Wow. Extending the drive 3 times on 3rd down and then scoring on another 3rd and 1 to culminate a 12-play opening drive on offense. La Follette goes down the field and has a chance to tie, or it looks like they may go for 2. They're going to try and take the lead here. How about this? They're going to go for 2 on the opening drive.
They went for 2 3 times last week and converted 1.
1 for 3 on the season. Toomey, high snap, takes it, throws, middle of the field, has a man. It's caught in the end zone. The 2-point conversion is successful. And the La Follette Lancers have an 8-7 lead over Monona Grove late in the first quarter. Wow, all right, 8-7, La Follette on top of Monona Grove. Oh, hang on a second here. There's a flag down. Yep, there was a flag thrown on the play. All right, stop the band. A flag was thrown on the play. I did not see the official indicate what the call was, but take that 2-point conversion off the board. All right, so now they're going to back it up 5 yards, and now we'll try a traditional point after attempt. It's a low kick, but it is through the uprights, good for Beckett Kennedy. All right, so now La Follette has still tied the game with 3:50 to go in the first quarter. All square, 7 apiece at Lussier Stadium here in week 2 of the high school football season on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. We'll keep it right here. Jesse Nelson, Dennis Semrau. PrepMania brought to you in part by Wanakee Remodeling. Dreaming of transforming your home? Wanakee Remodeling makes it happen. From stunning kitchens to beautiful exterior upgrades, their expert team delivers quality craftsmanship you can trust. Call 608-442-0034 or visit WanakeeRemodeling.com for your free consultation today. Dennis Semrau, that is about as impressive a La Follette opening drive could be against these Monona Grove Silver Eagles.
11 plays, 75 yards. Time of the drive was 5:33. Capped by that 6-yard run by Toomey. That is also a first down conversion, so all 4 of their first downs were on 3rd down plays on that drive. So it shows you the guts they have, and again, last week gave up a safety and then came back and got the win. Tonight they give up a touchdown on the first drive and answered the call. Too bad the two-pointer was called back by a penalty. Otherwise, they could have had their first lead. Close as these teams were in their 5-game series was back in 2022 when MG won 50-30. But the last 3 years, it's been 42-7, 42-0, and 42-0. So La Follette right away showing that this is a different team this year.
Isaiah in the YouTube comments is happy. He says, let's go La Follette. And Lil Zig says, Torrin Young got this La Follette team looking different. MG on upset alert? Well, we're going to find out. A lot of game left, but we are tied at 7 with 3:50 to go in the first quarter. Now let's see how Monona Grove responds on offense. Short kickoff, fielded outside the numbers near the 20-yard line, but a pretty short return, all things considered, coming out just past the 25, depending on the spot. You can tell the La Follette sideline is fired up after that opening drive. Momentum is a beautiful thing, Dennis, and right now the Lancers have it.
Yep. Now they need to come back and make a defensive stop. If they can get a 3-and-out and have a shorter field here, this could really change things around. Right now the Lancers got to be riding high, but their defense has to answer the call. On that first drive for MG, they averaged 8 yards a play.
3:33 to play here in the first quarter. 7-7, Monona Grove and Madison La Follette as the sun sets behind the bleachers directly behind us here at historic Lussier Stadium. Fans still filing in here for this crosstown battle. 1st and 10, MG, handoff. I think that was Carson Shaner, number 28 on the carry. Picks up a couple of yards out past the 30-yard line. Correct, that was Shaner, who also had the touchdown carry from 1 yard out on the opening series for Monona Grove. 5-yard gain officially, 2nd and 5 for the Silver Eagles. Line to gain is the 37. Quick to the line, fake the handoff. Zukowski, broken play in the backfield, and he's brought down back near the original line of scrimmage. The La Follette defense disrupts in the backfield. Zukowski couldn't recover, and now it's 3rd and long for the Silver Eagles.
That's what I was talking about here. One more. Get a 3-and-out, and La Follette's really got some momentum going.
3rd down and 9, they'll officially call it. Ball spotted at the 28-yard line. Line to gain is the 37. And now a stoppage. Well, this is we're washing our hands, it looks like. One of the MG players wiping his face or his hands. Looked like the center. Not sure what that was all about, but they did allow him the stoppage. Now the clock picks up again, 2:30 to go in the first quarter. La Follette fans getting loud on 3rd and 9. Zukowski waiting for the snap, now looks to the sideline. Coach Brandon Beckwith and the offensive coaching staff directing traffic. Lussier Stadium is rocking. Here's Zukowski to throw. Left side, incomplete. A little overshot for Busalaki, the tight end, and it's a 3-and-out for the Silver Eagles. Punting unit comes out with 2:09 to play in the first quarter. Don't go anywhere, folks. We might have ourselves a ball game here in week 2 of the high school football season.
It should be Heffley back to punt.
It is number 23, Hans Heffley. Senior kicker also handles the punting duties for Monona Grove. And number 12 is Cooper Hermanson, junior wide receiver, back standing inside his 30-yard line for the return for Madison La Follette. 2:09 to play first quarter. First empty series for either team. Low snap, but it's collected by Heffley. Kicks it away. Fair catch called for up at the 42-yard line. Hermanson into traffic was able to catch it. Great starting field position now for the La Follette Lancers with 2:03 to go in the first quarter. And look at the enthusiasm and look at the excitement here at Lussier Stadium from the home fans of the La Follette Lancers. Dennis, this is awesome.
By the way, that was the first punt for MG. They did not have to punt last week in their opening win. 30 yards on the kick, so 1st and 10 here from the 42.
Let's see if La Follette can replicate the success they had on their opening offensive series. 11 plays down the field, 4 third down conversions. including their scoring play. Pitch it, and nowhere to run. Peeler, he is dragged down in the backfield, back near the 35-yard line. Loss of about 7 for the Lancers. That's not going to help the cause here on their second offensive series.
Coach Beckwith was the defensive coordinator when he took over and pretty much keeps an eye on that side of the ball. So I'm sure he was not happy with that first series for the Lancers.
Approaching 90 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Each team scoring on its first offensive series. MG goes 3 and out on their second series. Now La Follette with the football, facing second down and 17. Line to gain is the 48 of Monona Grove. Ball spotted back at the La Follette 35. Several players in motion. Looks like there's a little confusion in the backfield, and indeed, La Follette is going to call timeout and talk things over. That means for the first time tonight, we've got a Madison College timeout. Timeouts, of course, all season long on Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania are brought to you by Madison College. They've been around for over 100 years right here in our local community. Madison College has grown to 7 campuses across south central Wisconsin, including 3 in Madison. Whether you're starting fresh or leveling up your career, Madison College is here for you. Learn more at madisoncollege.edu. Dennis, if you are the head coach, Torrin Young, talking to your Lancers in the huddle here, what are you telling your squad?
Well, settle down. That they just blew up a play here. That they can come back on it. Just keep, just keep that effort going. Don't get discouraged when you don't have a good play. And they don't want to keep running the football, but Toomey's already shown us what he can do with his feet. And they converted third down first 4 times they had it. So you don't have to get all 17 back at one time, but it'd be nice to be able to get a nice chunk here.
Out of the Madison College timeout, second down and 17 for the La Follette Lancers. Patrick Toomey, senior quarterback, takes the snap. Blitz coming. Toomey steps up, takes a shot down the right sideline. It's caught! Oh, my goodness! Jamario Morgan in for 6. Sensational catch up the right sideline.
67 yards. That looked like he was the defensive back was in front of him, and he just burst of speed, and it was a nice touch by Toomey. 67 yards.
Jamario Morgan into the end zone. A flag is down, but Jamario Morgan, take a bow, young man. What a play. Highlight of the year candidate on Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania. My goodness. Bobbled with the left hand up the sideline, got by the defender who fell down. Morgan stays in bounds, catches it, and then turns on the Jets all the way across the goal line for a 66-yard score. Remarkable.
Jamario had 1 catch last week for 42 yards. Wasn't a touchdown, but that's only his 4th catch over the last 2 years. But he is a big-time player.
So, again, there was a flag thrown after the play.
Celebration.
And it looks like that's going to be enforced on the ensuing kickoff. Point after attempt is cleanly through the uprights and good. And now the La Follette Lancers officially have a lead in this game. 14-7. La Follette leads Monona Grove with under 1 minute to go in the opening quarter. Holy cow. They are on their feet here at Lussier Stadium cheering on the Lancers. If you're watching with us, you can see the huddle on the sideline. There is an exuberance for the Lancers, Dennis, that it feels like we haven't seen for this football program in a long time. What a touchdown catch and run by Jamario Morgan, the senior receiver.
So
that was crazy.
That was a 67-yard touchdown pass, but the official drive is 2 plays, 58 yards, because they lost 9 yards on the previous play. How do you like that for numbers? So right now, Toomey staking his claim for pizza. Sure, go to Pizza Hut afterwards.
He's got a great chance at our potential Pizza Hut player of the game.
Touchdown run, touchdown pass. Incredible.
Holy smokes. Madison LaFollette, a 14-7 lead, back-to-back touchdown drives for the Lancers to start this game on their home field against their crosstown rival, the Monona Grove Silver Eagles.
It's just across the golf course, actually.
I guess it's technically not cross-town. It's cross-golf course. Two schools separated by just over a mile here on Madison's east side.
And when we talked to Brandon Beckwith the other night, he goes, yeah, they can hear LaFollette when they practice, and LaFollette can hear MG. They're that close.
So the Lancers will kick off left to right. How does Monona Grove respond now, getting punched for the first time this season? It's a short kickoff by LaFollette up the right side. I don't know what they were trying, but that didn't work. It goes innocently out of bounds, untouched. And Monona Grove is going to start with great field position up near the 40-yard line to begin this drive.
Oh,
maybe they were trying 35. To catch them, the 35 or the 40?
Let's see where they mark it. Oh,
or are they going to put it where the ball went out at the 38? That looks like what they're going to do.
Oh, they're going to.
The fellas with the sticks on the far end went to where the ball went out of bounds. Oh, LaFollette. What? All right, they're going to back him up and have him re-kick. Interesting decision here by Coach Brandon Beckwith how to enact that penalty. All right, so we're going to kick it again.
So this is almost like a punt after a safety. They're starting from the 20. So it should be good field position, a good return here for MG, and they can get right back in this one.
And we'll hear more from these coaches coming up at halftime from our PrepMania Coaches Roundtable before the season started. But the unique dynamic between Brandon Beckwith in his 12th season, who was the coach of Torrin Young, who was an amazing running back for the Monona Grove Silver Eagles more than a decade ago. Torrin Young in his first season as the head coach of the LaFollette Lancers. So Torrin Young tries to catch MG sleeping on special teams. Kick goes out, and Coach Beckwith says, nah, Torrin, we're going to have your guys kick that again. I love the chess match between these two coaches, given their relationship. Going to be fun to see if they continue to play each other over the years, how this evolves.
They like to. This is the 5th year in a row that they played non-conference play.
So again, here's the kickoff from Olkers. This one's a line drive up the right side, fielded near the 30-yard line. On the return, Landry Ganshert. Ganshert up the left side, breaks a tackle into LaFollette territory, and Landry Ganshert finally pulled down near the 40-yard line. Great return, and the decision to have LaFollette re-kick pays off for Monona Grove. With 49 seconds to go in the first quarter, they will begin this offensive series in LaFollette territory.
Yeah, Olkers, the kicker, had to make the tackle on that one.
The live chat on our live stream on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel exploding after that Jamario Morgan, what are we calling it, a 66-yard touchdown?
67-yarder, yeah.
67-yarder we'll officially call it. Remarkable catch and run up the sideline. Wow. Several comments saying, make sure you let us know where you're watching from here tonight in the ESPN Madison YouTube comments.
And that was the first key, eliminate the big play. Well, did not do that.
They did not do that. Now Zukowski trying to respond with a big play of his own. Pass right side, running room up the right side and into the red zone before being pushed out of bounds near the 15-yard line. That's the senior Hunter Meyer. Catch near the line of scrimmage and a big run, and MG is on the move. 38 seconds to go in the first quarter. Silver Eagles responding in a big way here.
First catch of the season. Last year he had 2 catches for 26 yards.
1st and 10 at the 18. Zukowski wants to keep it, and now the play comes to an end as I think he lost the ball trying to pitch it out of bounds. Is that what just happened?
It looked like it.
I apologize. I had a tough time seeing that scrum on the far end of the field. I think the ball ended up going out of bounds. Zukowski.
Nope.
Now they're going to call 2nd and 10, so maybe it was an incomplete pass because the clock did stop here with 28 seconds to go in the first quarter. Scoreboard not lying. LaFollette up 14-7 here on their home field, hosting the Monona Grove Silver Eagles. Thursday night football showcase here on Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania. Zukowski, broken play, now reverses field. Running left side, has the edge. Zukowski into the end zone. Touchdown, Monona Grove. 18-yard quarterback keeper for Jackson Zukowski. And the Silver Eagles are a point after attempt away from tying this game in what has been a wildly entertaining first quarter.
Wow, just when we thought, okay, 14-7, and MG comes right back, tied up, if they make the extra points.
Point after attempt, Hans Heffley, 6 of 6 last week, 44 of 47 last season. Now 7 for 7 on the year after he converted the first earlier in this quarter. Good snap, good hold, and the kick for Heffley is through the uprights good. And we are tied. Monona Grove 14, La Follette 14 with 19 seconds to play in a back and forth first quarter that I think Dennis and I are going to remember for a long time. This has been a fun one so far. Our pleasure to bring it to you here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Brought to you in part by Suita Metal Roofing. This season, don't just replace your roof, upgrade it. Suita Metal Roofing offers beautiful styles paired with lasting durability. Not to mention their protection designed to stand up to all Wisconsin weather throws your way. It's a roof that's made to last for decades. Explore your options today at SuitaMetalRoofing.com.
We've had 5 possessions, 4 touchdowns here in the first quarter. 2 for 2 for La Follette and 2 for 3 for MG. MG did get the opening kickoff, so La Follette will get the ball to start the second half. And if they can hang tough here, come out and get a score to open that second half, anything can happen in this one.
One thing to keep your eye on with the speed that Monona Grove plays at. La Follette has several players that play both sides of the ball. Monona Grove has a few, but not the same extent. And so we'll see if the La Follette players wear down as this game goes on, if Monona Grove stays on offense and is able to keep that speed on display.
Yeah, you worry about cramping up, especially the first couple of weeks. No matter what they do for training, you're just not used to playing a 40-minute game that early in the season.
Kickoff, a line drive, and this is going to go into the end zone.
That's it.
Remember, in Wisconsin high school football, a kick that goes beyond the goal line is instantly called a touchback. And so the La Follette Lancers will bring the ball out to the 20-yard line to start this next offensive series. 19 seconds to play in the first quarter. 28 total points on the board. 4 of 5 drives, as Dennis mentioned, resulting in touchdowns here in the first 11 minutes and change.
Well, after the way MG moved the ball right down the field against the Lancers, you're thinking, well, after the last 3 years, oh no, here we go, another running clock. Oh, just wait a minute. Lancers said,
Torrin Young with a few tricks up his sleeve here early in this game, but ultimately La Follette has, they haven't done anything super fancy or tricky. They've just played tough, converting on third downs, a big play up the sideline, and here we are tied at 14. Pitch it left side. Peeler trying to work his way through a gap, can't get back to the original line of scrimmage, actually lost a yard back to the 19, and La Follette is in no hurry. That is how our incredibly entertaining first quarter comes to an end. 12 minutes in the books, 28 total points on the board. La Follette and Monona Grove tied at 14 as we flip the field. Second quarter coming up next on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Mike, what's one of the most important questions people should be asking about metal roofing?
It should be who's doing the installation. It takes focus, precision, and technical experience. We'll answer all your questions.
After all, we are masters of metal roofing.
I'm Mike.
And Mary Suita. Enjoy the long-lasting architectural strength and beauty of a Suita metal roof.
SWITA metalroofing.com.
Suita Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Bringing summer gatherings to the next level is just another thing we do at Celebrations Entertainment. Hi, it's Jeffrey. With rental items like sound equipment, photo booths, and even yard games, you can make your event the party that everyone talks about. Any event like graduation parties, block parties, or even a backyard barbecue can be elevated with fun, interactive items to make everyone ask, hey, how'd you pull this off? Just tell them celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
12 minutes in the books. We have perhaps one of the more entertaining games of the night in area high school football. Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. La Follette and Monona Grove tied at 14 as we start the second quarter. Jesse Nelson, Dennis Semrau, Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Senior quarterback Patrick Toomey hands it off. Here's Bryshon Dillard running right side. First down yardage. Out beyond the numbers past the 40-yard line. That's a huge gain of more than 20 yards for Bryshon Dillard. No flag down, and on the first play of the second quarter, Follette has another big play for a first down.
Last year in this game, Follette had a total of 57 yards offense. First quarter, 129 to 104 for MG, and now we open up here with a huge play.
They had more on the one touchdown catch by Morgan than they had the entire game last
exactly.
year.
Yeah, we picked up another 22 here to start the quarter.
First-year head coach Torrin Young, Iowa Hawkeye running back, played in the NFL for a brief time, and of course an alum of Monona Grove, now leading the Follette Lancers as the head coach in his first season. Toomey, broken play, and a heads-up play to throw that one out of bounds. It will not be intentional grounding. He was well out of the pocket. Second down and 10 upcoming for the Lancers. Follette hasn't been to the postseason since 2021. Dennis, I remember 10 years ago when we first started calling games together down here, they had a lot of players playing both sides of the ball, but they were coached really well, and they made the playoffs consistently and gave some of their Big 8 foes really tough postseason games. I think they went to overtime with Middleton one year at their place. This was a really good squad about a decade ago. Obviously, COVID has kind of hurt all the city schools, but now they're bouncing back.
Yeah, COVID did. Memorial, luckily, Mike Harris, the coach at the time, was also a track coach. So he was able to get some of his guys together and at least get Memorial bounced back. They struggled a little bit last year, but Memorial and West are on the uptake. Now Follette looks like it. Now we just got to get East rolling, and supposedly they had 40 freshmen come out. A lot of guys that might have played at Sun Prairie West over with the Pergolders. So if you can build that program up, plus the youth program that Coach Young talked about during our coaches roundtable, you got to have the guys playing at the younger level.
Second down and 10, and a penalty will back up the Lancers 5 yards with a false start. A lot of people in the comments sharing where they're watching from tonight. Dreamland Edits watching from Middleton. Masons in Madison watching tonight's game. One of my personal favorites, Sandbox Squad from Escanaba, Michigan, tuning in tonight. Love the Island Casino up in Escanaba. And you only have to be 18 to go play there.
No, I've never been there.
Great time freshman year there in Escanaba. Toomey to throw on second down. Has a man in coverage. It's batted and intercepted. Taken away by Monona Grove. Diego Adame with the pick, and he's still on his feet, returning it in near the 20-yard line. It was batted in coverage. Adame, right place, right time as it pinballed into his arms. And he's able to turn it upfield and take it back about 25 yards near the red zone. And the first critical turnover of this game benefits the Monona Grove Silver Eagles. And so we will see now, Dennis, how Monona Grove comes back out onto the field on offense. Just trying to check the replay here on my own YouTube stream to see if we could see which player got the hand in the way to bat that ball. I couldn't catch it, so I'll see if we can do that here in a moment.
Nice pick, first turnover of the game.
And now Zukowski trying to give the Silver Eagles the lead back. Throws right side to the goal line. It's intercepted by Follette in the back of the end zone. Are you kidding? Jamario Morgan, who had the 66-yard touchdown catch, plays receiver on defense and has a corner in the back right of the end zone, goes over the shoulder to pick off Zukowski. And the Lancers get it right back. What else is going to happen in this game?
I love it.
We're 13 minutes and 2 seconds into it. We've had 4 touchdowns, 2 wacky interceptions on back-to-back plays. This is a remarkable night. And we've got a lot of game left. Lancers ball at their own 20, a touchback after Morgan completed the pick in the end zone. So it's like a full-on reset here. Now here's Follette at their own 20. Toomey, handoff, right side. Peeler muscling forward, lowers the shoulder, gets about 5 out near the 25-yard line.
Give me the last man standing. Last team with the ball tonight might win this one.
Second down and 4, officially a gain of 6. Toomey under center. Let's see if Follette can control this drive. Running left and brought down in the backfield for a loss of 1. That was Adame who was able to get in on the stop. Diego Adame, he's a two-way player for Monona Grove. We've called his name already tonight, catching a couple of passes. Of course, he had the interception on the last play, and here he comes up with a solo tackle. Third down, and they're going to say he got back to the line of scrimmage at the 26. So 3rd and 4 for Follette. The Lancers have converted every third down they've faced so far tonight. Let's see if they can do it again. 3rd and 4, Toomey scrambling right side, has to throw it forward, incomplete near the shoestrings of his intended receiver.
Well, that streak stops.
Looked like Henry Lumen, junior tight end, and so it looks like the punting unit will come out for the Lancers for the first time tonight. Clock stops with 9:51 to play here in the second quarter.
Well,
tied at 14, Follette and Monona Grove.
I had to say that 4 of the first 5 drives were touchdowns. Ever since then, interception, and now 3 and outs.
The punter is Dylan Olkers, a senior, averaged 42 yards on his 3 kicks last week in Follette's Week 1 victory. Good snap. Olkers able to kick it away, and a good one. It lands inside the 35 on a hop, fielded by Ganshert, running right sideline and pushed out of bounds shy of the 40-yard line. Return of about 10 yards. Good kick, but MG has good starting field position again, just 10 yards shy of midfield with 9:40 to play in the second quarter.
44-yard punt. Pretty good job there.
Over 300 of you joining us watching live here on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. We appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. Get notified every time we go live, including all of our high school football broadcasts here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Post-game shows after Wisconsin Badgers and Green Bay Packers football games. Of course, all of our daily shows. Wildy and Tausch, Molly and Jim, Kyle and Brust.
And PrepMania.
And Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Week 3 next week, Slider Bowl, Lake Mills and Lakeside Lutheran. Can't wait to have that one for you. Here's the keeper running right side. Zukowski up the right sideline. First down yardage into Lancer territory, and he's pushed out of bounds near the 30. An extra burst, and Zukowski, with his longest run of the night, sets up 1st and 10 for Monona Grove in Lancer territory, officially the 29.
Faked the handoff to 11 Hunter Meyer on the end around, kept it, and a great decision there, able to turn that into a huge first down. 31 yards on the pickup.
9:32 to play, second quarter, tied at 14.
23 yards in the pickup. My math here.
Zukowski bobbles the snap, wants to run left. Follette waiting for him. Zukowski dances his way through the first wave of tacklers and is able to extend the play all the way near the first down line to gain at the 20-yard line.
Also, basketball players showing a little bit of that deftness on the court there, on the field.
Zukowski, an all-conference second-team quarterback, returning from last season for the Monona Grove team that finished 8-1 in the regular season. Their only loss in overtime against Wanakee, who went on to win the conference title.
On a missed extra point. And then they only lost by 4 to Homestead in the playoffs level 3. So 2 losses by 5 total points.
Zukowski, little end around here, and a big hit as Meyer took the carry running left. I'm not sure if he got to the first down line to gain. That play took a long time to develop. Depends on the spot if they're going to give him the first down or not. They are not.
Nope.
No gain for MG. It's 3rd and 1 at the 20. Credit the Follette defense reading that play the entire way. Clock continues to tick with now 8:15 to go in the second quarter. Explosive first 12 minutes. 3rd and 1. Handoff. Here's big D'Angelo Clay. When you need a yard, he's going to give you a little bit more than that. On muscle alone, D'Angelo Clay picks up the first down to the 16-yard line.
First down for Monona Grove.
Clay's also a fantastic defensive tackle, had 11 tackles, including 5 TFLs and a fumble recovery last week. And oh yeah, he can double as a running back.
Yeah, and oh, by the way, he was also third at the 2025 state wrestling tournament and runner-up last year at the heavyweight.
1st and 10 for the Silver Eagles. Zukowski fake a couple of handoffs, wants to take a shot into traffic, intercepted at the goal line. 2nd pick of the night for the Lancers. Returned up the right side. That's Sean Peeler with the pick. He's a running back on offense, and first time calling his name defensively this evening. Peeler intercepts Zukowski in the end zone. 2nd turnover for Monona Grove. The Lancers get it back with 7:28 to play in the first half. 2 costly interceptions for Monona Grove with a chance to take the lead here in the second quarter.
Well, we went from touchdowns in the first quarter to picks in the second. But no pick sixes yet. Waiting for one of those.
2 interceptions for Monona Grove, 1 interception for Follette. So now we have 4 touchdowns, 3 turnovers, and we're not even halfway through the second quarter. What a game. Handoff. This is Peeler, who just had the interception running left side. No gain, maybe a yard if he's able to extend out past the 20-yard line.
Gain of 1 on the play.
Yeah, got 1.
Dennis, I hesitate to say I might be speechless on what we're seeing here tonight
Nah.
at Lussier Stadium.
Not the hall monitor.
I mean, this is an incredible high school football game here in week 2 of this season. It's one of the more entertaining first halves you and I have ever had.
This is fun. And last week we had 2 really, good offensive performances by West Appear and Verona, but not much resistance the other way around. This one is definitely tooth and nail battle.
2nd down and 9. They'll officially give Peeler a gain of 1 on that first down carry. 6:35 to go in the second quarter. Follette slow to the line. They are taking their time. And now a flag is thrown. They're going to say delay a game. They took too much time. So, Dennis, for those who may not know, because there's no play clock in Wisconsin high school football, how do officials know when to call delay of game?
Well, they reset the when they reset the play, they give the signal, and you get 30 seconds. And if you don't do it, they're right on top of it.
So there is essentially a play clock. It's just not visible for any of the players or fans or anyone at the stadium. Clock continues to run again. Now under 6:30 to go in the second quarter. Tied at 14. Follette now facing 2nd down and 14 with the ball backed up at their own 16-yard line. Line to gain is they're at the 15. Line to gain is the 29. Toomey throws right side, too high, incomplete. Looking for Lumen. Had a catch for 7 yards last week in the opener for Follette. One of my favorite stats, I was looking for some of his information from last year. He had 2 rushes for -4 yards.
You would have liked it last week. The first score of the game Follette gave up was a safety.
I love a safety. You know me. My favorite play in sports. Infield fly, I think I've decided, is my second favorite play in sports. 3rd down and 14 for the Lancers. Long way to go. They have only failed converting on 3rd down once so far in this game. Toomey's going to take it himself. Can he get by the defender? Shakes one off, carrying a couple Silver Eagles out past the 25, but he is short of the first down sticks, about 2 yards short. Toomey on the keeper. That play broke down real quick. MG able to get into the backfield. Toomey, with good awareness, saw the green grass in front of him and was able to make something of it to give a little room for, I would anticipate here, the punter Olkers to kick this away. Let's see what Torrin Young thinks, though. Looks like they didn't make too many personnel changes here. The offense is on the field for Follette with 5:30 to go in the second quarter. Are they going to do this? Timeout is called by Monona Grove. Coach Beckwith, he turned on the Jets to get a Madison College timeout called on that far sideline. He really didn't. I think La Follette was legitimately going to snap that football the way Coach Beckwith came running out onto the field. They were going to do it, and so Coach Beckwith for Monona Grove said, we're going to talk this one over and call a Madison College timeout. Madison College been around for over 100 years right here in our local community. They've grown to 7 campuses across south central Wisconsin, including 3 in Madison. And whether you're starting fresh or leveling up your career, Madison College is here for you. Learn more at madisoncollege.edu. Dennis, we've yet to implement announcer cam here on the PrepMania broadcasts. I can tell you, though, that Wisconsin Badgers volleyball plays on ESPN Madison. Your home for Badgers volleyball. They are the 6th-ranked team in the country, and every match you can watch the announcer cam streaming on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, in addition to listen on the ESPN Wisconsin app and on 100.5 ESPN. So John Audius and the Hall of Famer Pete Wade. Jess Williams going to be with him on the call this weekend in Pittsburgh for a couple of top 10 showdowns. Subscribe. You get notified when we go live, and you can watch along a second screen experience announcer cam for Wisconsin Badgers volleyball.
Who has it? John has the cam?
He sure does, and he posts up everywhere he is. All right, here out of the timeout, it is 4th down and 2. La Follette still under center to me. Now looks to the sideline and head coach Torrin Young. Will they snap this ball? They will not. Timeout, La Follette.
La Follette with the timeout.
There's second.
A chess match between
By the way, you mentioned
Torrin Young and Brandon Beckwith.
Our guys, John Audius, just a tremendous job. We used to work the prep report with Rob Hernandez and me. John was one of our producers over at WTSO, and that was before he started doing volleyball. And the progress he's made, he is an outstanding announcer. You just see the ticket prices going up for women's hockey because of volleyball, and they're doing so well. But I listen to a lot of matches on the radio.
Yeah, we love being the home of Badger volleyball.
He and Pete are great. Pete's our getting our speakers for the Madison Sports Hall of Fame luncheon. You were one this past year.
I was.
Yeah, we got.
Apparently, the Madison Sports Hall of Fame budget ran out this year, so Pete booked me.
Well, Jason Verhouse is coming up from Madison College, and Sean Davis from the State Journal coming up in
good
October.
Squad. Molly Brown has stopped by.
Yep, she went. We got to get Mr. Rutledge on so he can take some abuse, Mr. Bear fan, from all the Packer fans there.
So the punting unit comes out of the Madison College timeout for La Follette here with 5:25 to play in the second quarter. Rugby-style kick, a low liner but a fortuitous bounce for La Follette. Fielded back inside the 40, and the return comes back just 5 yards forward out to the 42. So while that is still really good starting field position for Monona Grove, that's a good job by the La Follette special teams to flip the field as best they could.
46 yards on the punt, yeah. Good kicking game so far. We haven't seen, other than the extra points, we haven't seen any field goals, but definitely the punters are in good form tonight.
Jesse Nelson, Dennis Semrau, audio producer Riley Yauk, video producer Owen Dimfel, our PrepMania crew here, week 2 of the high school football season. Chris asks, do we have updates on the Baraboo game? No, we do not. But we will see if we can get some score updates from around the area at halftime and before we sign off tonight here in our Week 2 broadcast under the Thursday Night Lights on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Zukowski picks up 2 yards on the first down run. They officially did spot this drive starting at the 40, so not very generous field position for MG. I thought that return came out to the 42.
45,
Instead, now it's at the 42, 2nd and 8. 4:45 and counting to play here in the first half. Nobody has scored yet here in the second quarter. Keeper Zukowski barrels forward out past the 45 near the 47. 3rd down and short upcoming for the Monona Grove Silver Eagles.
Crucial drive because La Follette does get the ball to start the second half. MG would like to put some points on the board. On the other hand, La Follette, if they get the ball back and can punch it in, then get the ball back in the second half, they'd be in the driver's seat.
3rd and 2, Monona Grove. Line to gain is right at midfield, squarely between the La Follette L and the Madison East E on the shared field here at Lussier Stadium. Here's the snap, handoff, 1st down into La Follette territory, lunging inside the 45 on the carry. That's Carson Shaner, the junior running back for Monona Grove. 1st and 10, Silver Eagles. Drive continues at the La Follette 44. Officially a gain of 7 yards. .345 to go. Here's Shaner again, left side, turns it upfield. Short of the first down line to gain, but a solid gain of 8, maybe 9 yards on first down. And now, Dennis, we start to see the wearing out of the La Follette defense by this MG offense.
MG's got 2 timeouts left here in the first half. Again, punch one in.
Quick throw left side. This is caught, first down, and up the left sideline near the 30-yard line. Nick Busalaki, the tight end, again on the receiving end.
1st and 10, ball at the 31 for Monona Grove.
MG quick to the line, and another stoppage. A timeout is called by Madison La Follette. It's another Madison College timeout. Clock stops with 3:17 to play in the second quarter. Sounds like a good time for us to take a 30-second timeout. Tied at 14, 3:17 to go, second quarter. It's Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Bucky wants a Honda with lots of headroom.
Zimbrick, Fish Hatchery Road.
Something with room for all your friends, right?
These are the people who take good care of you.
It's gotta be red, of course.
Get to know Zimbrick, 'cause you deserve it.
Zimbrick Honda. Hundreds of options. Zero hassle.
Zimbrick, Fish Hatchery Road.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app, alongside the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Semrau, under the full moon here at Lussier Stadium. Week 2 of the high school football season. I'm Jesse Nelson. Out of the Madison College timeout, the Monona Grove Silver Eagles on the move. 1st and 10 at the La Follette 31-yard line. Tie game at 14. Here's the snap. Zukowski fake the handoff. Takes it himself. Bounces outside near the first down line on the left sideline before he's pushed out of bounds at the 20-yard line. That is good for a Monona Grove first down carry and a pickup of 11 for the quarterback, Jackson Zukowski. He's doing it, Dennis, with his legs.
1st and 10 after the quarterback keeper.
Well, he's throwing a couple of interceptions here, so I think he's trying to be a little bit more cautious with the ball.
Long drive here for MG, approaching 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Handoff Clay, barreling over defenders, and D'Angelo Clay is down near the 10-yard line. Pickup of, let's call it 8, setting up 2nd and 2 for Monona Grove. They can get a first down here near the 10-yard line. Here's the snap. Clay again, left side, first down, bounces off 2 defenders to the goal line, and he is just short of it.
Oh.
One of the officials kind of got caught in the middle of that mess as Clay bounced off defenders near the 5-yard line. So the official on the far end near the pylon had to make the call that he was down at the 1. 1st and goal, Monona Grove knocking on the door. 2:40 to go, second quarter. Handoff, Clay, 3rd time's the charm. Yes, sir, he's in. D'Angelo Clay, first touchdown carry of the season. And Monona Grove regains the lead with 2:37 to go in the second quarter. Silver Eagles up 20-14 on La Follette. A methodical drive for Monona Grove. And it culminates with a 1-yard touchdown run for D'Angelo Clay, now joining Shaner as a running back with a touchdown run of 1 yard here tonight. Point after attempt for Hans Heffley goes through the uprights good. Monona Grove 21, La Follette 14 with 2:37 to play in the second quarter. Jesse Nelson, Dennis Semrau. This is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. We're brought to you in part by Gruber Law Offices, where they have a reputation for winning. Their experienced and powerful team works tirelessly to help people and families seriously injured in accidents by providing the best care and service. There is never a fee until you win your case. Gruber Law Offices has been serving the people and state of Wisconsin for over 35 years. Gruber Law Offices, one call.
That's all.
Dennis Semrau, the scoring drive for the Monona Grove Silver Eagles.
9 plays, 60 yards, 2 minutes, 40 seconds, capped by that 1-yard run by D'Angelo Clay. And on that drive, 8 carries, 54 yards rushing. Just the one pass play to the tight end, Busalaki, that helped pick up a first down. But and on that drive, the quarterback, let me see, he had 2 for 8, 3 for 19 carries. And then Clay had 3 for 20 yards. So good 1-2 punch there. Again, without Mekhi Fowler, their all-conference running back and defensive back, they're Silver Eagles showing some depth there. They're going to have 3-4 guys that can carry the ball.
And remember, they lost Jay Ramsey on the opening play of this game tonight as well. He's another running back who had 3 carries for 13 yards last week. He was the return man injured on the opening kickoff. And we have not seen him back on the field here for MG tonight.
Yeah, able to go Clay and Shaner. And then, of course, Zukowski picking up a lot.
Diego Adame handling the kicking responsibility. Sends this one all the way back to the 1-yard line. Fielded on the run. Trying to get outside the edge left side. And brought down at the 10-yard line on the return was Cooper Hermanson. That's a great tackle. Trying to see who that was on it. I think it was number 26 for Monona Grove. That's Daniel Strobush, if that's correct. A junior wide receiver and defensive back on special teams making that big play. We'll see if we can get a check of that here in a minute.
2:30, MG gets a 3 and out. They've still got 2 timeouts left here to try to put more points up on the board here.
And correction, I think that was actually number 22, Zion Ozalami, who made the play. All right, so anyway, first down and 10 here for La Follette at their own 10. Quick pass to me, left sideline, complete. Nice catch by the tight end, Lumen. Gain of about 5 yards, sets up a manageable 2nd down and 5 for La Follette. They do get the ball to begin the second half.
First time called his name tonight.
If La Follette can put a nice drive together here, they have a chance to potentially double it up. Over 400 of you watching strong with us on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. We welcome you all in. Look at this run up the middle, first down and more, out past the 35-yard line, stumbling forward. Oh, if only Bryshon Dillard could have stayed on his feet for one extra step. He could have gone the distance. Tackled at the shoelaces, but still a big burst and a first down for the Lancers. And now they're on the move here on offense, out to the 38-yard line as we approach 2 minutes to play in the first half.
Pickup of 23 on that play.
Dillard has some speed. That is one fast fella.
Coach Beckwith was right about the explosiveness of this offense.
Toomey looking downfield, needs some help, and he's not going to get it. That was a broken play going nowhere. The MG defense finally able to bring down Patrick Toomey for a sack. Toomey went left, saw nothing, went right, tried to spin his way forward, nothing doing. Officially a loss of 3. 2nd down and 13 for the Lancers. Minute 30 now to go in the first half. A reminder, 2 timeouts remaining for Monona Grove, just 1 for La Follette. And so the Lancers decide to slow it down here. Oh, I'm sorry, La Follette is out of timeouts. That's correct. They burned the last one on the last drive. So no timeouts remaining for La Follette as we approach now a minute 15 and counting to go here in this half. Toomey wants to throw. 1-on-1 up the right sideline, overshot. Morgan incomplete. So the MG defense gets a stop, setting up 3rd and long, 3rd and 13.
Is that Javonta, number 5? Yeah.
That was, Jamario Morgan was the intended receiver up the right sideline there. Jamario Morgan, if you're just joining us, has the play of the night and might be the play of the year on PrepMania. A 66-yard touchdown catch, bobbled up the right sideline in one-on-one coverage, stays in bounds, tiptoes the line, catches it, and then sprints to the goal line for 6.
Dejan Knutson might argue that one, the first one for Verona last week. 64-yarder up the middle. But, yeah, great play from Oregon.
LaFollette going to run it. Here's Dillard, and MG read that the whole way. They bring him down near the 35-yard line, and the purple and gold E representing the Madison East Pergolders on this shared field between East and LaFollette at Lussier Stadium. And timeout called by Monona Grove with 58 seconds left. I had a feeling this might be the case.
Yep.
Coach Beckwith calls timeout. He still has one in his back pocket here. They will make LaFollette punt, and the Silver Eagles do have a chance now, since they do not get the ball to start the second half, to try and get it back and at least put 3 on the board to extend their lead before halftime. Another Madison College timeout. A reminder, coming up at halftime, you will hear part of our preseason conversation on the PrepMania Coaches Roundtable, featuring these two coaches who know each other incredibly well. Brandon Beckwith in his 12th season leading the Monona Grove Silver Eagles, and Torrin Young, former running back at Monona Grove, who played for Coach Beckwith. Also was a standout in the Big Ten with the Iowa Hawkeyes, was drafted in the NFL by the New York Jets, and now in his first season as the head coach of the LaFollette Lancers. A portion of that nearly 20-minute conversation you guys had with Riley Yauk, Dennis, in the preseason PrepMania Coaches Roundtable. We're going to play a small portion of it coming up here at halftime. Find the full thing, of course, on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
That was fun. Two guys, I covered them both in high school, so we got a little bit of history here.
The punter is Dylan Olkers. Snap. Olkers has to back up. Pressure was coming. He gets it away, but not a great one. Lands at the 40. Takes a good LaFollette hop inside the 35, and right about there is where it settles. 49 seconds to go in the half. 1 timeout remaining for Monona Grove, and they'll bring the offense back out onto the field. If they can go score 6 here, and they are capable of doing it, the way this offense has played tonight, this game could look very different than it did after the end of the first quarter. So let's see what MG decides to do and how they approach this drive, starting with quarterback Jackson Zukowski. Sun is down. It is dark out here. Night has fallen in week 2 of the high school football season on Madison's east side on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Zukowski, the quarterback, takes the snap. Quick throw left side out of the backfield. It's caught by Shaner. Gets out of bounds. Gain of, well, they're going to spot him shy of the 40-yard line. Call it 2 yards. 2nd and 8. 45 seconds to go in the half. Monona Grove student section cheering on their offensive unit. Zukowski up the right sideline, out of bounds, first down yardage near midfield.
Good call, right for the sidelines to be able to stop the clock, but still pick up the first down and move the chains.
Clock stops with 35 seconds to go in the half. 1 timeout still on the board for Monona Grove. We'll see when they choose to use it.
Pickup of 12 there for Zukowski.
The kicker, Hans Heffley, has experience. He was 4 of 6 kicking field goals last year for MG. Here's Zukowski rolling left. Pressure coming. Zukowski fires left side. Complete at the 45. Staying in bounds. Oh, that was not a good decision by the receiver up the left sideline. Stopped at the 42. And Monona Grove is going to have to use its final Madison College timeout with 25 seconds to go in the half. That is a teachable moment for the MG offense.
Yeah, turn to the sidelines. You aren't going to get anything extra. Time was, you got to save the time.
Could have had an easy gain of about 5 yards and gotten out of bounds, salvaged that timeout, and instead a few extra seconds tick off for just 2 more yards. And now no timeouts remaining for Monona Grove. Timeouts are brought to you by Madison College, all season long on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Madison College, been around for over 100 years right here in our local community. They've grown to 7 campuses across south central Wisconsin, including 3 in Madison. Whether you're starting fresh or leveling up your career, Madison College is here for you. Learn more at madisoncollege.edu. More than 450 of you now tuned in live with us on YouTube. Appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
Week 2 of the high school football season on Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania. Out of the Madison College timeout. None remaining for either team now. Here's the snap. Zukowski steps up in the pocket. Wants to throw it. Instead will tuck it and run to the 35. Up the left sideline. Out of bounds near the 30. Clock stops with 15 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 for Monona Grove, ball at the
Not exactly sure where field goal range is for Hans Heffley, the senior kicker for MG. He's looked good on the extra points, and he has plenty of experience from that distance. You'd think you'd want to get a little closer here. 47 seems ambitious for high school football. Probably another first down and start to feel pretty good about the attempt. If you can get inside the 20. The La Follette fans making noise, trying to cheer on their defense. Momentum with MG. Pass left side and a great stop by the La Follette defense. Great tackle by Beckett Kennedy on the left sideline. They're going to say the MG player did get out of bounds to stop the clock with 11 seconds. They'll spot the ball at the 30. They're actually going to say no gain on that play. Great defensive effort by Kennedy. So what does MG have drawn up now to try and get in field goal range, or do you try to take a shot for the end zone here twice? We're about to find out. Zukowski, the quarterback, takes the snap. Everybody's running toward the end zone. They're going to take a shot into the end zone. Up for grabs. Batted and incomplete out the back of the end zone. 2 seconds left on the clock. We're going to get one more chance at it. Interesting decision, Dennis, to decide to go Hail Mary opportunity there for MG rather than try to get closer and get 3 points on the board. They must not have a ton of confidence in Heffley to kick that one from the distance they're at or within 10 yards closer. Or maybe more importantly, not enough confidence to get the yardage and stop the clock. So 2 seconds to go in the half. They're going to kick. Well, I stand corrected. They're actually going to try one here from 47 yards. This is a 47-yard field goal attempt for senior kicker Hans Heffley. Good snap, good hold. Heffley drills it through the uprights. Good.
That time expires.
47-yard field goal to end an explosive first half. Monona Grove with a 10-point lead, its largest of the night, as we reach the halftime break. Hans Heffley, a 47-yard field goal, sends us to halftime. 24-14, Monona Grove leads La Follette at Lussier Stadium at the break. Coming up on our PrepMania halftime, which is driven, of course, by Zimbrick Honda, we will hear an extended version of our Midwest Financial Group coaches profile, part of the conversation that Dennis and Riley Yauk had a chance to have with the head coaches in this game, Brandon Beckwith and Torrin Young, during the PrepMania Coaches Roundtable before the start of the season. Before we get to that, though, Dennis, one recap of the final scoring drive for Monona Grove here before the break.
And that was a drive of 7 plays, 32 yards, all 49 seconds they had, and they used them all up. 47-yard field goal for Heffley, and 24-14 at the break. La Follette does get the ball to start the second half.
47-yard field goal for Heffley goes through the uprights to give the Monona Grove Silver Eagles a 10-point lead at the break. Zimbrick Honda halftime show is coming up right after this. It's Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on the ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Remember when your favorite Pizza Hut classics came with prices like these? Good news, they're back. Introducing the Throwback Value Menu, featuring the new medium one-topping stuffed crust pizza for just $10, and other favorites starting at only $3. Plus, try the new Triple Cheese Mac, or satisfy your sweet tooth with new s'more sticks. Check out the full Throwback Value Menu at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. That's pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Discover the all-new TPC Wisconsin, Madison's premier destination for families, women, and golfers of all levels. Fresh off a stunning $30 million transformation, TPC Wisconsin offers more than championship golf. Enjoy a welcoming community with tennis, pickleball, a world-class golf academy, swimming, fitness, and family-friendly activities all year long. Experience the newest TPC golf club in the world right here in Madison. Visit tpcwisconsin.com to explore memberships and schedule your tour today.
Are you buying back into Luke Fickell?
I have a renewed, humongous faith.
Over the last 9 months, there's been a hell of a lot of changes.
There's a different vibe of leadership.
He's speaking to me. He's roping me in.
Or is it too late for the Badgers head coach?
You've done this how many years in a row, and I'm not going to believe it until I see it.
I hope Luke Fickell turns it around. But let's be honest, Luke Fickell's probably going to have to win 8 games to keep his job.
Tune in all season long right here on the ESPN Wisconsin app and ESPN Madison on YouTube, the home for Wisconsin Badgers fans.
Hi, it's Dave from Canopy Wealth Management. Many people are balancing retirement planning, college costs, and caring for aging parents, often all at once. With extensive experience, the Canopy team has helped others navigate these same challenges and can be a trusted thought partner as you prioritize what matters most. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's our promise. Get started today at canopy-wealth.com.
Paid for by Canopy Wealth Management. Canopy Wealth Management is registered as an investment advisor with the SEC.
Great baseball players are built in the offseason, and the work starts this fall. GRB Academy offers group training programs designed for serious players of all ages and skill levels. Build a stronger all-around game with position player training, develop your arm in the fall pitching program, or improve behind the plate with youth catching. Plus, take your swing to another level with offensive power development. Find the program that fits your goals and register today at grbacademy.com. That's grbacademy.com.
My overall experience with Gruber Law Offices has been phenomenal.
The treatment was excellent.
They will be supportive of you. They will listen to you.
It was a great experience knowing that I had people to help me.
I know I could count on them to do what I needed to get done.
Experience with Gruber was great.
They gave me my life back.
It was amazing.
He gets results.
We know how to win. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices had my best interests at heart.
You hear him game day.
At the 10, the 5, touchdown, Wisconsin!
Now hear him every day.
You want to make the other team hurt. That was his line. They're trying to get back to that.
Voice of the Badgers, Matt LePay, is on ESPN Madison.
This is a big year for these guys where they can prove that we're still Wisconsin. I will forever believe that Luke Fickell's a really good football coach.
Hear Matt LePay every week on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube. Madison's home for Badgers fans.
Buying a new vehicle should be exciting, and that's what Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb aims to do. That's why they vow to give you the better buying experience. Jim Rutledge here. I've had 3 better buying experiences at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb, and I keep on going back because the experience and the Chevy is fantastic. So if you're looking for a buying experience, you're going to want to repeat anytime you need a new or new-to-you vehicle, I recommend you make the short drive out to Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb, because you're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb.
Green Bay, we might have a kicker.
He has now earned the trust because of these 2 preseason performances that I think it's going to go through the uprights every time.
You're listening to Madison's home for Packers fans, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on the ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Halftime, of course, is driven by Zimbrick Honda. 24-14, Monona Grove leads Follette at the break, week 2 of the high school football season. Zimbrick Honda's been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973. They're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether you're looking for a sedan, an SUV, or a truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none. Stop in today at their location on Fish Hatchery Road or browse their car selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local, shop Zimbrick Honda. Before this season started, we welcomed a number of coaches in on the PrepMania Coaches Roundtable as we looked ahead to the 2026 high school football season. And fittingly, both of the coaches featured in tonight's game were a part of the roundtable together. Brandon Beckwith in his 12th season with the Monona Grove Silver Eagles, and a guy he used to coach, Torrin Young, former running back at Monona Grove, won a state title in 2013, played for the Iowa Hawkeyes, and is now in his first season as the head coach of the Follette Lancers. We present now to you an extended cut from the PrepMania Coaches Roundtable before the season got started. It's part of our Midwest Financial Group Coaches Profile. Behind every great team is a great coach. Let the Midwest Financial Group be yours for your financial planning needs. Head to mfgteam.com to get started today. Here's a little bit of the conversation Dennis Semrau and Riley Yauk had with Coach Beckwith and Coach Young at the PrepMania Coaches Roundtable.
Brandon, you coached Torin back in high school. For you, looking at where Torin is at now, you said 11 years ago Torin's the perfect player to build a team around. What did you see in the teenage version of Torin that now you look at him as a coach and you're like, you know what, that makes sense?
Jeez, I should have known that question was coming. No, back in the day, obviously, I still remember the first time Torin stepped into Monona Grove, and obviously we knew he was a special player then, and then watching him grow into now a young man and then taking over a program, and I've we've been close throughout the years. We've become friends, so I'm really happy for him, and I'm excited to see what how he takes advantage of this opportunity.
And Torin, what did you learn from your time being coached by Brandon?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely an interesting perspective to see him take over as head coach for the first time and be a part of that. Be a part of his first senior class was really special, and just kind of seeing the process of him kind of changing our offensive systems and building the staff from a player perspective definitely has helped me now as a coach, and just kind of remembering that experience and being a part of it was super cool. So really been great to have a guy like him in my corner just to lean on, despite being across the golf course and having each other on the schedule this year. He's been great and has reached out and really been a person I could lean on.
Yeah, that is unique. The two schools, literally the golf course, and getting to play each other in that conference. How big is that one for you to have a team? And you were an assistant coach the last couple of years, so you've played them before. But what to be able to face a Big 8 school?
Yeah, I think it's really a special opportunity as a player. When I was at Monona Grove, always had a lot of respect for the Follette football program, had a lot of buddies who played for the team. And we always talked about, if we played each other, like this would happen, that would happen. And then now as a coach being on the other side of it, it's really cool to bring the two communities together. People get really excited about the game. And I have the utmost respect for Beckwith and the Monona Grove football program and coming through there. I know it's one of the premier programs in the state and in the area for sure. So it's just a great opportunity to get out there and play some of the best.
Even as as a Monona Grove head coach, we still cheer for the east side of Madison, and we want to see Madison the Fall be just as successful as they do. It's fun to have that rivalry game and all that stuff. But obviously, at the end of the day, we're still cheering for them. Obviously, especially with the new playoff system. I mean, we become their biggest fans throughout the season, and just like during the heat of the battle, it's when you got a brother on the other side of the field, you still want to, kick your brother's butt on, during the game. But that's out of respect for him as, Torin as a coach and out of their program. We want to see their program keep growing and doing well. And we cheer for the east side of Madison.
There's nothing better than summer baseball, diving catches, walk-off wins, and watching your team make all the right moves. Speaking of moves, if you've got one coming up, then make a call to the Pen for Christofferson Moving and Storage. Whether it's moving your home or business, Christofferson's experienced team makes the process easy. Packing, storage, local, or long distance, they've got you covered. He's safe! Christofferson Moving and Storage, your best move since 1906. Learn more at ChristoffersonMoving.com.
We won't tell you every season is perfect. If you like baseball, you know better. At Starry & Bank, we know things don't always go as planned. That's why our decisions are made locally. Because business isn't just about the big moments. It's about showing up every day. Starry & Bank, built for the long game. Built for Milwaukee baseball fans. Visit starryandbank.com to get started.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
At Hooper Service, your comfort is important. From keeping you cozy warm to comfy cool with the ultra-quiet, energy-efficient Carrier Infinity Home Comfort System. Plus, join our Home Comfort Priority Plan and keep your air conditioner and furnace running at peak performance year after year. Enjoy priority service and extra savings that really add up. Hooper is here with 24-hour heating, cooling, plumbing, and fire protection service for your home and business. Turn to the experts, Carrier and Hooper.
The team at Midwest Financial Group are values-based financial specialists that offer full-service financial solutions. This local independent firm has been dedicated to helping people achieve their financial, tax, and insurance goals for over 30 years. Visit mfgteam.com to learn more about how they can help set up your future for financial success. Advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, a registered investment advisor.
There's nothing better than football season. Big hits, game-winning drives, and keeping the chains moving. Speaking of moving, if you've got one coming up, then call Christofferson Moving and Storage. Whether you're moving your home or your business, Christofferson's experienced team makes the process easy. Kickoff to the final whistle. Packing, storage, local, or long distance, they've got your move covered. Christofferson Moving and Storage, your best move since 1906. Learn more at christoffersonmoving.com.
We're on the Badgers.
The coaches, the players, we're bringing an entire new mindset.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
And it's to win. It's to win.
Your home for Badgers fans, 100.5 ESPN.
You're listening to the Zimbrick Honda PrepMania halftime show on the ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Halftime at Lussier Stadium, week 2 of the high school football season, under the Thursday night lights on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. As the great Lee Corso would say, Dennis, closer than the experts think. 24-14, Monona Grove leads La Follette in this cross the golf course rivalry. Two teams separated by one golf course, about 1.5 mile distance between the two schools here on Madison's east side. MG was 8-1 last year in the regular season. La Follette only won 2 games last year. On paper, you would have thought this would be a real one-sided affair. La Follette has given MG everything they can handle here in the first 24 minutes.
Well, considering that it was 126-7 combined the last 3 years, yeah, you might think that, but great first half. He had an exciting play that pass play to Jamario Morgan for 67 yards. La Follette last year only managed 57 yards the whole game. They had more than that on their first drive. They got 182 at halftime, 254 from Monona Grove. Again, that field goal, huge, getting that score right at the end of the half with La Follette getting the ball. If you get a stop for MG and a score, they can take over.
Back with the second half coming up after this on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Are you dealing with shoulder pain? Join Dr. Ashish Raval with Stoughton Health's Ortho Team Clinic on Wednesday, September 9th at 5:30 p.m. for a free online talk. Learn how the shoulder works, common causes of pain, and treatment options ranging from conservative care to advanced procedures, including robotic-assisted surgery. Register today at stoughtonhealth.com. That's stoughtonhealth.com under classes and events.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Alongside the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Semrau, about a month away from your Hall of Fame induction into the WBCA Hall of Fame.
Yeah, a little nervous.
My name is Jesse Nelson. He should be in the Hall of Fame. Our video producer, Owen Dimple, helping us look good here for you on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. And Riley Yauk back in the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison, our audio producer tonight. Thank you for joining us for week 2 of the high school football season on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. 24-14. The Monona Grove Silver Eagles lead the La Follette Lancers as we are just about set to kick off the second half, Dennis.
This is why we do what we do. For games like this, excitement. Kids, you never know. I mean, that's the greatest thing about high school sports. The enthusiasm. It's like when I walk into the office and the buzz we get at ESPN with all you young guys and this old dog here.
You better not be looking at me. I'm not the young one anymore there, Dennis.
Oh, but it's the same. You come to high school, the enthusiasm. You know, we've had a couple of profiles already for the new school year. CJ Mulkey was this week's. Last week we had Taryn Jackson. We got some really good ones coming up here down the road here in the next month or so. But I just love, it's my 44th year doing high school sports, and I wouldn't be anywhere else. I mean, I got to cover the Brewers for a long time. That's the professional. That is a job. But when you do high school stuff, you know, it doesn't feel like a job, but it is, but it isn't. You enjoy the enthusiasm. And it's great to see the crowd out here for both sides since school has not started for either one yet.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a late arriving crowd tonight, but they are here. The blue of the Silver Eagles and the far bleachers as you see it with us. And then there is a strong contingency in front of us here of La Follette fans who have made it over as well. The stadium is closing in on capacity, even though on the far bleachers it may not look like that here as we kick off at halftime. MG kicking left to right. Kick is into the air. It'll be fielded back near the goal line at the 1-yard line. Return coming up the middle of the field for Hermanson. Breaks a tackle out past the 20 to the 25. Brought down to the 26-yard line. Pretty good return, bringing it all the way back from the goal line here for the La Follette Lancers to start the second half. La Follette trailing 24-14. So, Dennis, what went well for La Follette in the first half that you think they can replicate to stay in this game here in the second?
Well, they kind of struggled. They had 16 carries, 64 yards. Really couldn't get much going. It was some broken plays that Toomey had. But, again, it was the fact they were able to answer and not, after that first drive by MG, not give up, come back and get some points on the board. And we'll see what adjustments both teams make at halftime. But I'd like to see La Follette be able to run the ball a little bit better. MG's front line, though, that front seven is going to be pretty brutal in the Badger Large this year. So La Follette, this could be maybe the best defense they might face all year. We'll see when they face Verona, because after we saw them last week.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Senior quarterback Patrick Toomey in a shotgun formation, directing traffic, man in motion right to left. Now Toomey with 5 wide. Here's the snap, going to throw it left side, complete to Dillard. Dillard spun down, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. He's brought down just past the 20-yard line. Might have lost half a yard, setting up second down and a long 10 for La Follette.
Yeah, Dillard, a 5'7", 171-pound sophomore. This is a guy to watch the next couple of years. He didn't say anything about whether he's in track or not, but if he isn't, he should be.
Bryshon Dillard has wheels, and if he gets a little more muscle put on in the gym here the next 2 years, by the time he gets to his senior season, he may be one of the best running backs in the state from what we've seen the glimpses of here tonight. They're going to say that was officially a loss of 3, all the way back near the 23-yard line, so my eyes deceived me. I apologize for that. 2nd and 13 for La Follette. Here's the snap. Toomey wants to take a shot. One-on-one coverage. Oh, and it's dropped at the 40-yard line. Javante Morgan had a step on the defender Ganshert, and it went in and out of his hands. So it's a devastating missed opportunity for La Follette. That had a chance to go for 6 for Javante Morgan to match his twin brother Jamario, who had a great catch and run in the first half. Now on the bright side, that's a play that shows La Follette they can still go toe-to-toe here with MG, and that's what the fans just responded to with a standing ovation, even though that play came up a little bit short for their Lancers.
Gutsy Colley got single coverage on the sideline on a post pattern. just a little bit off. He hit him in stride, but you got to catch the football there, buddy.
3rd and 13. Toomey pocket collapsing. He's got to dance away. Toomey, oh, that's trouble. Backtracking, throws it up for grabs, and it falls innocently incomplete. Did have a receiver in the vicinity, Lumen. That could have been a disaster for Toomey. Had to throw it off balance, backtracking all the way back inside his 5-yard line. He ran 25 yards backward, or 20 yards backward before he threw that ball. And now La Follette will punt it away. So they come up empty on their opening possession of this second half, and MG has a chance to open up the floodgates here if they can go up 3 scores.
That play, those are plays that championship teams make. You have to be able to wheel that one in. That would have been a stunner there on MG, because that certainly would have been a touchdown. The way he had about 2.5 steps on him.
The punter for La Follette is Dylan Olkers. Good snap. Olkers kicks it away cleanly. Line drive bounces at the 40 and trickles out of bounds all the way back near the 31 or 32-yard line of MG. That's a nice punt to help flip the field for La Follette. 10:48 to play in the third quarter. 24-14. Monona Grove in front. And the Silver Eagles offense coming back out onto the field here for their first offensive series of the second half. PrepMania brought to you in part by Stoughton Health, where they've been providing trusted care close to home, and they're proud to support student athletes from around the area. From rehab to ortho care, Stoughton Health provides comfort and convenience locally. Visit stoughtonhealth.com to learn more today.
Great 3-and-out defense for MG now. 45-yard punt, though, you're right. They're kind of flipped the field a little bit. Going to make them go 68 yards to punch one in here.
MG had a 47-yard field goal go through the uprights for the kicker Hans Heffley to end the first half. Now here's MG on a handoff, running right side with room up the sideline. And that's Zukowski, the quarterback, with a big carry, a little misdirection there. He's got first down yardage all the way into Lancer territory, down to the 46 of La Follette. Big carry for Zukowski. He has been explosive tonight running the football, Dennis, and he does it again there.
Yeah, he had 10 carries, 103 yards in the first half, so averaging 10 yards a carry. Picks up 22 there on the first play from scrimmage. Thought of him more as a passer last year with a little bit of ability to run. He's definitely added the more footwork and being able to beat you with his feet this year.
Zukowski steps up in the pocket. Receiver fell down, and it's incomplete. Intended for a wide-open man at the 40-yard line. That was Henry Perot, a senior wide receiver. Had 2 catches last week for 54 yards in the opener.
Yeah, last year Zukowski ran for 360 yards. Yeah, he's about a third of the way there right now in the game number 2.
It just shows you how different La Follette is this year. MG's got a lot of talent still. Credit to La Follette. They are playing significantly better football than we've seen from them the last couple of years. First-year head coach Torrin Young trying to turn this thing around for the Lancers. 2nd and 10, Zukowski broken play. Takes it himself, running forward to the 45-yard line. Ran into a couple of his offensive linemen. Couldn't bounce it outside for an extra burst. He only gets a yard to the 45, maybe the 44. They'll spot this. Yeah. Gain of 2, 3rd and 8 for Monona Grove.
When I asked Coach Beckwith, one key player on either side of the ball, obviously Clay on the defensive side, but he mentioned Zukowski, his ability to make plays. 6'3", 205 pounds. You saw it right there, breaking tackles and able to take guys on head on. But as a quarterback, though, sometimes it's better to head to the sidelines than do those. But right there, he got extra yards.
Big play here on 3rd and 8. It's a screen set up over the middle. Busalaki, the tight end, has running room up midfield to the 15-yard line where he's brought down from behind. They got him with the tight end screen. A big play for MG. They're in the red zone with a fresh set of downs.
Great call there. Busalaki, the tight end, he's going to be a good go-to guy, I think, this year for Zukowski. Last year he ended up with, I think it was 4 catches all season long. He's had that many tonight.
Shaner running right side. Flags are down as he's pushed out of bounds near the 5-yard line. This could be a good break for La Follette if this is a hold against MG. This could back him up quite a bit.
You pick up 33 yards and then get a holding penalty.
Once
Tough.
again, the winning 50-50 raffle ticket number is
Did you buy a raffle ticket tonight?
I did not. No, I missed that. Owen, did you? No raffle tickets for the booth tonight. We'll try them next week.
By the way, I was at Ashton for home talent last weekend. The winner got $1,900 at a baseball game.
$1,900 at a home
talent baseball game. Ashton they've got the cornfield. It's the Field of Dreams look, but they're hosting a semifinal game in the HTL playoffs this weekend. Jeez. If you want to win a 50-50 raffle, go there.
I'll say. Get me signed up for that next time you go. Zukowski running left, nowhere to go, brought down from behind at the 25-yard line. He lost maybe another half a yard. Follette, if they can limit MG to a field goal on this trip now, based on where they were near the 15-yard line after the big play, this would be a win for the Lancer defense, and they would still very much be in this game. If they go down 3 scores, they're going to have their work cut out for them.
Yeah.
Keep it within 2. They've got a chance showing their big play capability tonight. Under 9 minutes to go, third quarter. 2nd down and 20 for MG. Fire it right side, complete. Middle of the field to the 10, to the 5, to the end zone. Touchdown, Monona Grove. Diego Adame. 2nd touchdown of the season.
Touchdown, Monona Grove.
MG has a chance to go up 3 scores and open this game up in the mid stages of the third quarter. Man, the penalty that backed him up, the first down stop, you thought if Follette had 2 more good defensive plays in him, that this one was going to stay close. But MG with the big touchdown strike, Zukowski to Adame, point after is good. 2nd touchdown of the season for Adame, 31-14. Monona Grove leads Follette. Back in 30 seconds after this on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Bucky wants a Honda with lots of headroom.
Zimbrick, Fish Hatchery Road.
Something with room for all your friends, right?
These are the people who take good care of you.
It's gotta be red, of course.
Get to know Zimbrick, 'cause you deserve it.
Zimbrick Honda. Hundreds of options. Zero hassle.
Zimbrick, Fish Hatchery Road.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
PrepMania brought to you in part by Celebrations Entertainment. Planning events has never been easier. They have complete event services for weddings, corporate events, nonprofit events, outdoor movies, casino nights, and much more fun. Visit celebrationsentertainment.com to get started today. Celebrations Entertainment, fun, memorable events. 24 unanswered points for the Monona Grove Silver Eagles. They trailed this game 14-7 late in the first quarter. They now lead it 31-14 with 8 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the third quarter. Dennis Semrau, the scoring drive for the Silver Eagles.
That was 6 plays, 68 yards, 2 minutes, 3 seconds. Got by that 25-yard touchdown pass from Zukowski to Adame. They list Venegas, Adame Venegas, but coach said Adame, so that's why if there's a correction, let us know. But a lot of times the 2 names on there, sometimes the player wants just one of them, so it's up to the coach to let us know that.
If I had Adame for every time he was in the end zone,
yep,
I'd have 2, which isn't a lot. It's crazy that it's happened twice through the end zone. And Monona Grove will come bring the defense out here, try to get another stop of the Follette offense. Lancers will begin this drive at their own 20-yard line, trailing 31-14. Dennis, if you're head coach Torrin Young, first season, second game as the head coach, what are you telling your team here after surrendering 24 unanswered?
Well, the last 3 drives have all ended in punts, and they've been short ones. They had a mistake, a sack, or a penalty, and a delay of game penalty on another one. Just got to play clean football here. Just don't look at the scoreboard. Just try to get a nice long drive, put some points on it. And like you said, effort and attitude. Don't let that slip just because you're behind by 17.
Under center, here's the snap, handoff. Toomey gives it to Peeler. Peeler out past the 20, near the 22-yard line. Gain of about 2, maybe 3 yards for the Lancers. A lot La Follette can still learn from their performance here tonight, and it's not over by any means. There's still a lot of game left here. We've seen how back and forth this thing was, especially in the first 16 minutes or so of action. This was wild tonight.
You got a great front line of Jay Hurley, D'Angelo Clay, and Logan Donkersgood, who's also the starting center for MG. And then Adami at linebacker along with Kesnick and Don Maloney. They've done a great job. And Ganshert on the back end has had a pretty good game for them as well.
Toomey keeps it himself, tries to turn it upfield, brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Going to be third down and a medium distance, 5, maybe 6 yards to go. Line to gain is the 30. Clock running under 8 minutes to go now in the third quarter, 31-14. La Follette down 17 with the football.
Yeah, that's the problem. La Follette needs to be able to run the ball. That's their bread and butter. And tonight they've just not been able to get much going other than on a couple of broken plays.
Torrin Young directing senior quarterback Patrick Toomey, who has emerged as a leader. Heard Coach Young talk about that during the coaches roundtable conversation he had with you guys before this season. A lot of off-season workouts. Toomey was helping lead among the leaders of this team. Toomey to throw on third down. Takes a shot one-on-one down the right side. And again, incomplete. Had a man up the right sideline. Looks like number 0, Jamario Morgan, who had the big catch earlier today. And Morgan is still down on the far sideline. Oh, no. Pass was incomplete, and Morgan slipped as he was going down to the turf near the out-of-bounds line, and a couple of the MG players have walked over to try and help him out. That doesn't look good.
Trainer running across the field here. Take a look at him.
Clock stops with 7:10 to go here in the third quarter, 31-14. Looks like they're going to take a second to take a look at Morgan. Let's go ahead and take a 30-second timeout while they tend to the injured player. 7:10 to play third quarter, 31-14. MG leads La Follette on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Bucky wants a Honda with lots of headroom.
Zimbrick, Fish Hatchery Road.
Something with room for all your friends, right?
These are the people who take good care of you.
It's gotta be red, of course.
Get to know Zimbrick, 'cause you deserve it.
Zimbrick Honda. Hundreds of options. Zero hassle.
Zimbrick, Fish Hatchery Road.
Just local news on News 3 now. And also a reminder, coming up after the game tonight as the injured Jamario Morgan is able to get off the field. It looks like he's walking mostly under his own power on the far sideline. We will award our Starion Star Play of the Game, brought to you by Starion Bank. Check out ESPN Madison's social media platforms. A lot of good nominations already tonight.
Doesn't have to be for a winning team.
It does not. And I have a feeling it won't be tonight.
No, that 67-yarder to Jamario that was one for the books.
Star play of the game. Punt had a chance to be blocked, but instead fair catch called for and made by Landry Ganshert, the junior, back near the 47-yard line. 7:04 to play in the third quarter. 31-14. Monona Grove leads Madison La Follette.
It was interesting. Last week we did the West Appear game. So talking to the coach, and their philosophy is they want a fair catch every punt. Because he said if you let too many guys let the ball go and lose yardage, you lose 5, 10, 15 yards. So just go up and catch it. And if you get a fair catch, you got good field position. So usually you got to have somebody back there with really good hands. That was a good catch. That was a tough one to make.
First down carry. Here is Shaner with room to run up the left side. Shaner to the 20, to the 15, 10, and knocked out of bounds. Carson Shaner, biggest run of the night for the Silver Eagles. They're back in the red zone with a chance for more, already up by 17 with under 7 minutes to go in the third quarter.
42 yards on that pickup. And at first half he had 5 carries for 31 yards. So a great run game now. MG is known for years. They don't run it up on you with the air. They're going to try to see how much they can grind this clock down here now.
Shaner had 131 yards rushing all of last season. He has already eclipsed that total after putting up 66 yards in the opener last week. Here he is again. Shaner makes one man miss, but then a couple of LaFollette defenders are on top of him at the 10-yard line. Gain of just 1 for the junior Carson Shaner. Clock continues to run, under 6:40 to go. Here in the third quarter, 31-14, MG leads LaFollette.
Ball at the 10.
Oker's in on that last tackle. Yeah, MG's. Do you have that killer instinct? You got the foot. You got a foot on the throat as they pedal to the metal. Right now, we'll see if MG can punch this one in.
2nd down and 9 to throw. Zukowski, middle of the field, spinning off a defender and into the end zone. Touchdown, Monona Grove. Xander Vosberg, first time calling the senior wide receiver's name tonight. He's in for 6. And the Silver Eagles have a commanding 37-14 lead on the road against Madison LaFollette. Now 30 unanswered points by the Monona Grove Silver Eagles. Hans Heffley on to attempt the point after. He's been pure all night, and he's good again. 6:06 to go in the third quarter. 38-14. Monona Grove leads LaFollette. Back in 30 seconds on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Bucky wants a Honda with lots of headroom.
Zimbrick, Fish Hatchery Road.
Something with room for all your friends, right?
These are the people who take good care of you.
It's gotta be red, of course.
Get to know Zimbrick, 'cause you deserve it.
Zimbrick Honda. Hundreds of options. Zero hassle.
Zimbrick, Fish Hatchery Road.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Monona Grove 38, Madison LaFollette 14. 6:06 to play in the third quarter at Lussier Stadium. Here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania alongside the Dean of Area High School Sports, soon to be Hall of Famer Dennis Semrau. My name is Jesse Nelson, video producer Owen Dimple, audio producer Riley Yauk, back in the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison. Dennis, 35 unanswered points by the Monona Grove Silver Eagles, including a touchdown on the last drive that puts them up 38-14. I stand at 31 unanswered
31
points.
yeah.
31 unanswered.
And they've scored 4 straight possessions now, including that field goal at the end of the first half. MG now has that killer instinct in. This is what's going to make them push Wanakee this year for that conference title in the Badger Large.
Kickoff goes into the end zone. Automatic touchback if it's beyond the goal line in any capacity.
It's another advantage right there. You can get that kicker to make the team start from the 20 every time, and that's what the third time in the end zone tonight. And that's a long way for LaFollette to have to go.
So, Dennis, you talk about Monona Grove as the LaFollette offense comes back out here onto the field. The resilience that they have shown here tonight, they were the favorites coming into this game. They were 8-1 a season ago, replacing a decent amount of productivity from last year's squad, but still they've got their quarterback leader in Zukowski, who has the experience from a season ago. Many of the returning players contributed in some fashion to that 8-1 team that made it to level 3 of the playoffs last year. How realistic is it that MG could make it to Camp Randall Stadium for the first time since Torrin Young helped them win a championship more than a decade ago?
A good shot, definitely. I really like just all aspects of the game. They've got a solid kicking game. They've got a good defense. They got a quarterback that can make plays. And they've got a bunch of receivers this year they can throw to.
Toomey throws into double coverage. Has a man. It's caught out inside the 45-yard line near the 40. Javante Morgan in double coverage turns around and makes the catch. That's a big play for LaFollette and a nice strike from Toomey, who stumbled on the snap. That could have been an easy broken play, and Toomey made it a big one.
That makes up for that sideline drop. to come back and make a good play like that, even though you had some adversity. That's, again, what Coach Young talked about, bouncing back and making plays. Don't let the bad ones get you down. You're going to have a lot of ups and downs. That's definitely an up tonight.
Handoff for La Follette on 1st and 10, officially at the 42 of Monona Grove, gain of about 2 yards. Lancers able to push it ahead for 2nd and 8. Bryshawn Dillard gets the first down run. Madison La Follette in their home maroon letters or jerseys with the white letters and numbers and pants, the silver helmets with the red L La Follette Lancer decal on either side. Monona Grove in their road whites, the baby blue, the Carolina blue letters and numbers with the same color helmets, the darker blue Silver Eagle logo on either side with the dark blue trim. Very aesthetically pleasing game tonight here on Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania.
I'm sorry, I don't like North Carolina blue.
Well, what are you, a Duke fan?
No, I don't like either one of them.
But you can't. Okay, it's a nice color.
Yeah.
What do you got against North Carolina? It's such a.
Marquette beat them in the national championship game my freshman year.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not an ACC fan. I'm a Badger fan.
Well, I understand, but if you're going to Virginia, you hate Virginia?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, Tony Bennett was there. It was okay.
All right, I'm going to keep
Tony was there. He's a Wisconsin
Clemson? How do you feel about Clemson?
I don't like their football
Of
coach.
course
He's a jerk.
Doesn't like Dabo. All right, 3rd and 9. We're going to keep trying ACC schools here. Another quarter and a half. Toomey to throw, steps up in the pocket, hit from behind. Ball is loose. Now they're going to say it's incomplete. His arm was coming forward. If they had ruled that a fumble, that is easily 6 points for Agame on the defensive side. Incomplete pass. Clock stops with 4:07 to go in the 3rd quarter, and it's 4th and 9 for La Follette at the 41 of MG. Line to gain is the 32.
Yeah, you're going for it.
And Torrin Young has no interest in punting this one. He says, we're going to play this out. We're going to put this offense on the field. Let's see how they handle these situations. It's essentially now become almost like a preseason game for La Follette. Both these teams, the final non-conference game. You might as well see what you got. It's a learning experience here for La Follette.
La Follette's going to come out of this 1-1, learning and making some big plays, knowing that they've got that capacity. Hey, other than Verona right now, I think anybody in the Big 8 can beat anybody.
They've definitely got a chance to be a playoff team this year from what we've seen here tonight against MG. Toomey to throw, pressure coming, and he's dropped it midfield. That is a sack. The MG defense gets to him. That is Santana Jackson.
Number 81.
Junior defensive lineman Jackson able to get the sack at midfield. Action Jackson with a Saxon. Now, 4:02 and it's a turnover to Monona Grove.
It's 4th and 10. No, that's 4th and 18. That was a loss of 9 on that play. That was just hit him in the back. Lucky he didn't fumble or break his back on that one. That was a heck of a hit.
Well, it would be 5th and 18.
The 5th
turnover
and 18,
on
yeah.
bounds, so.
5th and 18, that's right.
It is now Monona Grove football at midfield, up 38-14. And now we're starting to think we could be getting into running clock territory here as we approach the 4th quarter. Speaking of running, here is Shaner up the gut, about 10 yards, brought down near the 40. And looks like we might have an injured Lancer down near the line of scrimmage. Clock stops with 3:48 to play here in the 3rd quarter as they tend to the injured player. As they do so, why don't we pause and take a 30-second timeout as they take care of the injured Lancer down on the field. 3:48 to go, 3rd quarter. Back in 30 seconds, 38-14. MG leads La Follette on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app.
This loss is as painful to Packer fans as you can ever imagine.
A customizable homepage, easier and quicker live listening. Your shows at the touch of a fingertip. Available in Apple and Android app stores.
I have no evidence behind that whatsoever. It's just a feeling I have, and that might just be because I'm scared of this rivalry in the playoffs.
Your one-stop shop for ESPN Wisconsin. The brand new ESPN Wisconsin app. Download it today. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Out of the injury timeout, clock winds, now 3:45 and counting to play in the third quarter. Monona Grove on the move, up 38-14. Late third quarter on Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania. Jackson Zakowski, the starting quarterback, still in the game. Fakes the handoff, takes it himself, running left side, first down inside the 30. Tripped up from behind near the 26-yard line. Another big run for Jackson Zakowski, who appears to be on his way to earning himself a Pizza Hut Player of the Game nomination in our postgame show tonight. Dennis?
That's a given. He wants to wrap it up. Now, another great run with his feet.
24-point lead for Monona Grove, approaching 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Shaner bounces off a couple of tacklers, now carrying defenders for first down yardage as he approaches the 10-yard line. Another first down run on 1st and 10 for Monona Grove. Dennis, I think it's safe to say they have officially worn out the Lancer defense here in the third quarter.
Yeah, we should be seeing Bryson Halverson here at quarterback shortly. He got 5 of 7 last week with a touchdown. It's about time to bring the reserves in. When you got conference opening up next week, they punch one in here right now. That's 31 points. So we'll start to see the reserves coming in here shortly.
First down and 10 for MG. They can get a first down here without getting a touchdown. Here's the handoff. Shaner sidesteps untouched across the goal line. Touchdown, Monona Grove. The route is on now here at Lussier Stadium. 2:32 to go in the third quarter. It's 44-14 with the point after pending. Silver Eagles, they were tripped up out of the gates here tonight. 14-7, they trailed late in the first quarter. And since about the 4-minute in mark of the second quarter, they have flipped the script on this Week 2 football game. Point after attempt is through the uprights for Hans Heffley. He's still perfect on the night. And it's now a 31-point lead for the Monona Grove Silver Eagles. 45-14 over La Follette with 2:32 to play in the third quarter. Keep it right here. Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania, brought to you in part by TPC Wisconsin. If you're looking to join an international quality golf club right here in Madison, discover TPC Wisconsin, an instant classic in the heart of the Midwest. Schedule a tour at tpcwisconsin.com and start your journey to a lifetime of priceless golf. Dennis Semrau, the scoring drive for the Silver Eagles.
Okay, that was a quick one.
I'd say.
4 plays, 50 yards, 1 minute, 23 seconds. And Shaner with his first touchdown run of the night, 12 yards. And the extra point now, perfect night for the kicker for Heffley. He's got 5 for 5, an extra, was it 6 for 6 and extra points? And a 47-yard field goal. Wow, that's
pretty nice night.
That's
he
almost,
might be working his way
almost
into
player of the game.
a Pizza Hut Player of the Game.
Well, now if the 47-yarder was a kick to win the game, yeah, but it was at the end of the first half, just when they needed to send a message going into halftime. They did, and then came out the second half. 3 straight touchdowns on 3 drives, 6, 3, and 4 plays on those drives. So 13 plays, 21 points, and La Follette is now ground in. Now they want to keep it from being a running clock. Plus is they scored 2 touchdowns tonight, and they weren't late. They were early when the game mattered.
Kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback, and the Lancers will bring it out to the 20-yard line. I want to thank all of you who have joined us tonight on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel for the broadcast of this Week 2 high school football game on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Still almost 300 strong of you watching along with us here on YouTube. We appreciate you staying with us all evening long, whether you're a fan of the Silver Eagles or the Lancers or just of area high school football in general. We appreciate you joining us tonight. If you're a fan of this one, subscribe. Make sure you get notified every time we go live, including for every broadcast of Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania. Week 3 next week, the Slider Bowl, one of our favorite rivalries in the area in Lake Mills. It's Lake Mills and Lakeside Lutheran, 2 schools. We want to talk about 2 schools that are located just down the road from each other. We have it here tonight with La Follette and MG, and we'll have it again next week with Lake Mills and Lakeside Lutheran. They're even closer. It's like a block between those 2 schools. This one's about a mile.
6-yard line.
La Follette offense back out onto the field, a gain of 6 on their first down run from the 20. Approaching 2 minutes to go now in the third quarter. Trailing big here, late third quarter on Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania.
Well, you mentioned Heffley 6 extra points and a field goal, 4 kickoffs in the end zone, forcing La Follette to start from the 20-yard line each time.
Dennis is starting to talk himself into putting a kicker in our running for the Pizza Hut player of the game tonight. Toomey handoff Dillard. Not a lot of running room. He's brought down behind the 25-yard line. No gain, maybe a yard. Setting up 3rd down and 5.
Kickers need some love, too. Yeah.
We love the kickers.
Most coaches don't, trust me.
That's
you
not
miss
very
an
nice.
extra. You miss it. Well, look at the Packers. You miss the field goal and extra point. Oh boy, you better run and hide.
Kidding me? That dude's never gonna miss.
Yeah, you like to think so.
Trey Smack.
And I do want to send a shout out. Mark Rundle, his dad was a longtime coach, Hall of Famer here at Monona Grove. Mark has worked with the kickers for years, and if you want to know a reason why their kicking game is solid, give Mark a lot of credit working with the kids.
Toomey with a nice play to keep it alive, and then he's able to dump it over the middle of the field to the junior Henry Lumen. And Lumen out past the 40-yard line extends the drive for La Follette. Under 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Lancers all the way out to their own 44-yard line. Toomey, again, the ability to keep the play alive is why La Follette's going to be in a lot of good games this year, I think, as this conference schedule gets started next week.
Yeah, pick up a 19 on that one, and that was all credited to me. Like you said, keeping the play alive.
First down for the Lancers. High snap. Toomey gets it, throws right side, and it's caught. Sliding catch for a gain of a yard out to the 45. Once again, that's Lumen. That's a nice adjustment that everybody had to make there. Toomey on the throw, and Lumen sliding to make the catch.
Yeah, bad snap. Through the timing of the playoff, they're definitely.
And La Follette in no hurry as we approach 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Lancers down big, but fighting hard. And if you're just joining us, you may not believe when I tell you they led this game 14-7 late in the first quarter. Toomey keeps it himself, stood up after a gain of a yard, maybe 2. And that is how our third quarter is going to come to an end. 12 minutes to go at Lussier Stadium. Week 2 of the high school football season. Monona Grove 45, La Follette 14. The final 12 minutes coming up on the other side of this break on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on the ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
The team at Midwest Financial Group are values-based financial specialists that offer full-service financial solutions. This local independent firm has been dedicated to helping people achieve their financial, tax, and insurance goals for over 30 years. Visit mfgteam.com to learn more about how they can help set up your future for financial success. Advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, a registered investment advisor.
There's nothing better than football season. Big hits, game-winning drives, and keeping the chains moving. Speaking of moving, if you've got one coming up, then call Christofferson Moving and Storage. Whether you're moving your home or your business, Christofferson's experienced team makes the process easy, from kickoff to the final whistle. Packing, storage, local, or long distance, they've got your move covered. Christofferson Moving and Storage, your best move since 1906. Learn more at christoffersonmoving.com.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Fourth quarter of Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Madison La Follette with the football trailing 45-14 on their home field against the Monona Grove Silver Eagles. La Follette led this game 14-7 late in the first quarter. Since then, MG has done all the scoring. 38 unanswered points now for the Silver Eagles in a streak extending back to the late stages of the first quarter. It was 21-14 for much of the second quarter. It was actually 24-14 at halftime. Follette got the ball to start the third quarter. If you're just joining us, they had a chance to try and cut it to a one-score game. MG came up with a stop, got the ball back, and they have been able to control it offensively. Now a bad snap, chasing it back, Olkers, and he's just going to have to run it as far as he can on a broken down punt play. That's a good stop for the MG special teams, and now here come the Silver Eagles, again with great starting offensive field position in Lancer territory.
Yeah, that was 14-7 when Zukowski had a 18-yard run to tie it up with 19 seconds left in the first quarter. And then MG took the lead for good with 2:37 left in the half on Clay's run. And then they were able to squeeze out a field goal with no time left. Those 10 points right there at the end, those last 3 minutes, pretty much sealed the deal tonight.
We do have some new characters into the game for Monona Grove. That includes Bryson Halverson, the junior quarterback, relieving the starter Zukowski, who had a magnificent night for the Silver Eagle offense. Handoff and a pickup of about 7, maybe 8 yards. This is number 44, Mario Malone, on the carry. Also a sophomore, so a lot of the young players now getting into the mix here for Monona Grove. Good opportunity for them to see the field. And they know Follette is still playing hard here to the very end, so it's a good opportunity for them to get some real game reps in a big situation here down the stretch. Handoff again, Malone, ball popped out for a second, but he's able to hang on to it. Brought down short of the first down line to gain. Needed the 24. He stood up at the 26. It's 3rd down and 2 for the Monona Grove Silver Eagles.
Yeah, Malone had 3 carries, 33 yards last week. Halverson, 7 attempts, 5 completions, had 48 yards in completions. He got a lot of time there. Receivers, Jamo Nault, who number 19, will look for him catch a pass or two as well.
3rd and 2 at the 26. Halverson, the quarterback, and a whistle. Looks like maybe a timeout.
Equipment malfunction.
Oh.
Must be equipment malfunction. Sent him off. Zukowski come back on the field.
We've had a couple of equipment malfunctions on Wilde and Tausch this week, so I understand completely.
Oh, yeah?
I don't really want to talk about it.
Sorry.
It's been a thing. All right, out of the equipment malfunction, 3rd and 2. Oh, they actually brought in another quarterback. They went back to Zukowski to come into the game, and now a false start against the MG offense. Yeah, this is going sideways in a hurry for the Silver Eagles. If they do score a touchdown here, that would get us across the running clock threshold here in the 4th quarter. 10:28 to go right now. In high school football in Wisconsin, 35 points is your magic number in the second half. You get to the running clock.
So saying, don't score. We want to play. Don't score. Long time back when I was with the Cap Times, told this story about Follette. They were so good. Ken Berge, who ended up being a great soccer coach at Middleton, second half, they convinced Otto Breitenbach to let him go in. On the first play, Berge goes like 80 yards for a touchdown. Otto says, okay, you're done. They pummeled Berge because he scored so fast. The guys wanted to play.
Halverson back into the game, fires it right side, complete. That's Stephen Brum, the senior, wearing number 6 in the road white uniforms for Monona Grove on the receiving end. And it's good for a first down as he fights forward inside the 20-yard line. 10 minutes now to play in the game. Monona Grove leading big on the road against Madison Follette. Nice throw there from Halverson. That was a good-looking strike.
Yeah, I'm going to have lunch with his grandfather tomorrow. Mike Frito from McFarland. Longtime guy. He's worked with McFarland football for years, but he's here tonight to watch his grandson play, so we'll talk about it tomorrow, I'm sure.
Halverson handoff. Malone runs into the pile. Gain of 2, maybe 3 yards to the 15. Clock continues to run. Under 9 minutes and 40 seconds to play in this game.
One of the best things we do with this live streaming is the grandma and grandpa, is the relatives out there get to watch the kids. Especially in the wintertime when they got snowbirds, so they can't be here. You think about that.
Love being able to reach fans. We had someone say they were watching from Escanaba, Michigan today. We've had fans from Arizona and all around the world tune into our PrepMania broadcasts over the years. We appreciate everybody doing so. Halverson throws right side, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, incomplete. And now it's second down and 9, or third and 9. Third and 9. That wouldn't make any sense to be second and 9. Third and 9. 9 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the game. Week 3 of the high school football season. Next week we're back on Friday night. Slider Bowl in Lake Mills. Lakeside Lutheran and Lake Mills, one of our favorite matchups, and their conference foes again. Looking forward to that one next week. Coverage starts at 6:30, kickoff at 7 o'clock on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Of course, all counting down to all 7 state championship games once again at Camp Randall Stadium. Halverson fires left. Nice adjustment by Brum, and he's able to catch it, falling to the ground at the 8-yard line. It's going to be about a yard shy of the first down line to gain. 4th down, and it looks like the MG offense is staying on the field. As much as they would love to pad the stats of Hans Heffley and get him another something on his belt for the Pizza Hut Player of the Game award, they're going to keep the offense out there and get the reps with the second team. 9:05 to go in the game. 4th down and 2 officially for Monona Grove. Halverson, the quarterback, takes the snap, fake the handoff, turns it upfield.
Touchdown.
Halverson into the end zone. Touchdown, MG. Silver Eagles tacking on here in the 4th quarter, and a touchdown run for the backup quarterback, Halverson. Bryson Halverson, the sophomore, in for 6. And that will put us officially in running clock territory after the ensuing kickoff. 8:55 to go. A lot of fans starting to head for the exits here from both sides as Monona Grove extends the lead to 51-14.
Is that still Heffley out there?
That is Hans Heffley. Another attempt, and again, he is good. 52-14, Monona Grove, hold on. We've got a flag down again. I do not see any indication what this flag may be.
Now with the ensuing kickoff, we will get running clock the rest of the way.
La Follette was offsides.
Just take the extra point, boys. You don't need to go for 2 either. I'm sorry.
They're not going to?
It should be a no-brainer.
They're not just going to take the point?
Just take the extra point.
No, they're going to run a play. They're going to keep the offense. I think they're going to actually run a play here. Now they're at the 1-yard line. Oh, no, they're going to do it again. All right, just extra practice.
Yeah.
Point after it. You never know if this is going to be the difference in the playoffs. I don't blame them. Heffley will do it again. And it's still good. Now it's 52-14. Monona Grove over La Follette. 8:55 to go in the game. Back in 30 seconds on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
The 10, the 5, touchdown, Wisconsin!
Now hear him every day.
You want to make the other team hurt. That was his line. They're trying to get back to that.
Voice of the Badgers, Matt LePay, is on ESPN Madison.
This is a big year for these guys where they can prove that we're still Wisconsin. I will forever believe that Luke Fickell's a really good football coach.
Hear Matt LePay every week on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube. Madison's home for Badgers fans. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Alongside the Dean of Area High School Sports, soon-to-be Hall of Famer, Dennis Semrau. My name is Jesse Nelson. How does it feel, Dennis, by the way, if I say soon-to-be Hall of Famer because you're going to be inducted in a month? Like, you're in the Hall of Fame. You just haven't been inducted
it's
yet.
Official,
so
yeah.
I don't,
as the basketball coach's Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame elect. Is that what I want to call you there?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, and following Matt LePay went in last year.
Well, a couple of teammates of ESPN Madison, Hall of Famers.
Well, you know, Tausch is the Hall of Famer, so we got to
Packers Hall of Famer. We got a Badgers Hall of Famer. Now we got a WBCA Hall of Famer.
And another kickoff in the end zone. That's 5 kickoffs in the end zone, 7 for 7 on extra points, and a 47-yard field goal. I think the kicking game is in good hands, and the punt, and he punts. It does really well. So nice start to the season here for the Silver Eagles. Yeah, we got a shout out from C.J. Mulkey, our profile this week from Madison Memorial. Said, what a shocker. It was 45 minutes into the game. I think CJ Reality came back now.
I mean, we had a lot of people tuning in saying what a shocker early in this game, because it was. La Follette was up 14-7 in the late stages of the first quarter, including a big 66-yard touchdown pass. Jamario Morgan up the right sideline might be a play of the year candidate here on PrepMania. They've still got the starters out there. This is Bryshon Dillard, sophomore running back, trying to turn it upfield, running left side. So, Dennis, I would think that Torrin Young wants to play the starters here throughout because he wants these guys conditioned for games that they're going to be fighting for a chance to win later this season. You don't want to bring in the reserves here at this point if you're La Follette. You want to get used to playing, especially guys on both sides of the ball, a full 48 minutes.
Well, and they haven't had the ball as much. MG has pretty much dominated time of possession here in the second half. So La Follette had a 3-and-out, 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 and then it was like a 6-play drive with a bad snap. So, he just wants the guys to get more reps here.
Toomey is still in at quarterback, and this pass complete for a first down. Henry Lumen, the tight end, and he's able to break a couple tackles, get past the 40-yard line, I should say. Nice play by Lumen, nice throw by Toomey on the quick play, and it's 1st and 10 for La Follette. Running clock, it will continue to run unless a timeout is called or scoring plays. It'll also stop, right, Dennis? Those are the rules?
Yep.
Dennis says yes.
They score, then it restarts again on the kickoff.
Yes. So. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line of La Follette. Line to gain is the 48 of Monona Grove. Here's a pitch running right side. Oh, spinning off one would-be tackler is Dillard. That's a really nice run. That could have dropped for a loss, and instead he picks up about 5 yards out to the 47-yard line. I really like the looks of Bryshon Dillard. He looks like he has all the makings of a potential great running back. The speed, the agility, the tenacity.
Yeah, I think when you look at Peeler and Dillard, along with Toomey, those three being able to run the ball. Last week, Peeler had 121 yards. Dillard had 127. And Toomey, I think, had 65 yards rushing. So those three going to get a bulk of the carries during the season, keep them healthy. Again, when you run the football and you can run clock, you can stay in games a lot longer. Tonight, MG is just too much for them.
2nd down and 5 for La Follette. Handoff again. Dillard running left. Another yard, maybe 2, as he extends forward near the 49-yard line. Short of the midfield mark. Line to gain is the 48 on the other side of it. Sets up 3rd and 3 for the La Follette Lancers. Coming up next for La Follette, they will open up conference play with Janesville Parker next week. Couple of home games, 3 in a row here for La Follette. Parker, Verona on a Thursday night, and then obviously this one tonight. Then they're on the road at Madison West. They'll play Madison East in what is technically a road game, although they play it here on a Saturday afternoon. They share this home field, so each of those games each year, even though they are technically the road team, they're right here at home. Toomey bumped on the throw, and it goes out of bounds, incomplete. Clock still running under 5:45 to go. But you're right, Dennis. You mentioned this before. You look at this schedule. Sure, Verona and Middleton may seem a bit intimidating on this as you look ahead for La Follette. But the way they played tonight, the way they hung tough with Monona Grove here early in this game and gave them a scare, and MG is expected to be a state championship contending team this year. You look at this schedule, La Follette could very well play well enough to win their way into the postseason for the first time since 2021.
Yeah, they could get off a win with Parker next week, get it rolling. Then you got Verona. You just want to stay healthy when you play a team like that. On the other hand, MG gets Milton next week at home, and they got shut out in the first week. Yeah, I was talking to my buddy over at WCLO yesterday, John Berry. The 2 Janesville schools in Milton, the guys they cover, all got shut out. That's a tough opening weekend.
La Follette punting it away. This one's a good one. It'll land near the 25 and take another generous La Follette bounce and roll all the way down to the 15-yard line. It's where MG will take over. Clock continues to run under 4:40 to go in the game. PrepMania brought to you in part by Stoughton Health, where they've been providing trusted care close to home and are proud to support student-athletes from around the area. From rehab to ortho care, Stoughton Health provides comfort and convenience locally. Visit stoughtonhealth.com to learn more today. Jesse Nelson, Dennis Semrau with you at Lussier Stadium on Madison's east side. Shared home venue for both the Follette Lancers and the Madison East Pergolders. Renovated a couple of years ago. It is a beautiful turf stadium now. Great scoreboard. Bleachers are all nice. This is a wonderful venue to take in what feels like a classic setting for Wisconsin high school football, but with all the modern amenities. Pretty great. Halverson back in at quarterback. Handoff Malone running right side, carrying a defender forward out past the 20-yard line. Brought down near the 23 as we run under 3:45 to go in this game. Monona Grove's going to be 2-0 after this one goes final. And then they'll get set for the Badger Large conference schedule. Milton next week. Oregon to follow at Watertown. Then you got Sun Prairie East, Sun Prairie West, Waunakee, DeForest. If I'm MG, I'm looking at that schedule. We know Sun Prairie East may not be as good as they have traditionally been. Waunakee playing a tough non-conference. They might start 0-2 depending on how it goes with Franklin tomorrow night in their home opener. MG's got a legitimate chance to win the conference title for the first time in a while. And Dennis, you called them potential state contenders here in the Badger Large. You legitimately believe they have a chance to play at Camp Randall in November.
Yes, I do.
Silver Eagles going to continue to use this regular season. 8-1 a year ago. They want to improve upon that. They would love to run the table, and the game they're going to have circled is Week 8. Monona Grove at Waunakee, very likely for the Badger Large Conference title. Last year, Waunakee beat them in overtime, and the difference was a missed extra point between a perfect season, 9-0 for Monona Grove, and 8-1 and finishing in second place. 2:15 to go in the game as MG is content to just run the football here and send everybody home. Quick bus ride home from Monona Grove.
Yeah, I asked Coach, are you going to bus him? He goes, well, we always do a bus, so we have to. It's going to take us longer to load the bus than it will be to drive over here. And they have their equipment van. He said, we could have just brought that over, but no, we'll do it. Just like Lakeside Lutheran does take a bus, but Lake Mills walks over.
If they really wanted to go quick, they could take the cart path on the golf course.
That's true.
Running right side, Malone into Lancer territory inside the 35, brought down along the right sideline. Did I hear that there was a flag down? I did, all right.
Oh, I heard a whistle.
I didn't see it myself, but I did hear there was a flag down on this play, so the officials will talk it over. Clock does continue to run. We're under 90 seconds. We're looking at one, maybe two more plays, and then this game is going to be final. We're going to award our Pizza Hut player of the game right away, Dennis, once this thing goes final, so make sure you have your player in mind. We know it's either going to be Jackson Zakowski, the quarterback from Monona Grove, or the kicker, Hans Heffley. We will see what the dean, Dennis Semrau, future WBCA Hall of Famer, chooses to do. High drama at stake here for the Pizza Hut player of the game. I would love to give it to a guy named Hans. That's up to the dean. He makes that choice here once this thing goes final. Week 3 next week, Lake Mills and Lakeside Lutheran. Excited to bring it to you. Capital Conference clash on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. And then school gets started, and we will be into the midst of the high school football season. Minute 10, MG takes a knee on first down. I think they're going to do it one more time, and then we're all going to go home. Monona Grove 2-0.
Well, we don't have to go home. Just go. Leave the stadium. I like it. Like they said, part-time, you don't have to go home, but go.
You taking the squad out tonight, Dennis? We going somewhere? Post-game?
Thursday. Thursday night, isn't that the night to go out? I don't know. It's been a while. Yeah, I've been married for so long. Sorry. I know where to go for lunch. I don't know where to go post-game. Normally I go back and if this is a Friday night, I could go back and write a Sauk Prairie game story, but that's where I'll be tomorrow. I'll get to see Sauk Prairie play Holman. Last year, Sauk lost 42-0 to Holman after beating Baraboo 42-0, so hopefully they'll have a better game.
Those are Dennis's plans for tomorrow night. This one is in the books.
And you got volleyball.
Teams will shake hands here at midfield. Two teams separated by just over a mile. One golf course in between the two school campuses. It was a fun one for the first 16 to 18 minutes tonight. The first half was electric. And then in the second half, it was all Monona Grove. Clock hit zeros, and our final score, Monona Grove wins it 52-14 over Madison La Follette. Silver Eagles 2-0 on the season. La Follette falls to 1-1, and both teams will head into conference play next week. Monona Grove will start at home against the Milton Redhawks. La Follette will host Janesville Parker. Dennis Semrau, the time has come. Time to award our Pizza Hut Player of the Game.
No one outpizzas the Hut, and no one outperformed this player tonight. The Player of the Game is presented by Pizza Hut, the official pizza of PrepMania. No one outpizzas the Hut.
All right, the Zimbrick Honda PrepMania postgame show on ESPN Madison is underway, and Dennis Semrau, it's either the quarterback or the kicker. Who is our Pizza Hut Player of the Game?
Well, let's see here. The kicker, 7 for 7 on extra points, 5 kickoffs in the end zone, 47-yard field goal. But I think
That's
Jackson,
Hans Heffley, by the way.
Hans Heffley. But Jackson Zukowski completed 11 of 18 passes, 149 yards, 3 touchdowns. Ran for 142 yards in 13 carries. That's 11 yards a carry and a touchdown. And I think we give it to the quarterback because he just took over this game tonight.
Here I was thinking he was going to be a trailblazer, and instead the quarterback gets it. Well-deserved, Jackson Zukowski, senior quarterback for the Monona Grove Silver Eagles. Tonight's Pizza Hut Player of the Game. Pizza Hut has changed the game with the return of the Throwback Value Menu. Get your choice of a medium, one-topping stuffed crust pizza for just $10, or dive into their triple cheese mac. Plus, satisfy that sweet tooth with the new s'more sticks. Find the nearest location and order online now at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut, the official pizza of PrepMania.
No one outpizzas the Hut.
Gets me every time.
I gotta sneak it in there.
I don't know what the voice is. It's such a weird. It's like Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. A little bit of Jabba.
I don't know what that is.
A little bit of Jabba in there.
Jabba's had a couple of. I don't know.
See, I always got to get Strofe to laugh every game we did, and I'm getting you.
Yeah, this turned into the Semrau Comedy Hour tonight. 52-14 is our final score. Zimbrick Honda, been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973. They're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether you're looking for a sedan, an SUV, or a truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none. Stop in today at their location on Fish Hatchery Road, or browse their car selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local, shop Zimbrick Honda. Dennis Semrau, your final thoughts on MG and La Follette here tonight at Lussier Stadium.
Well, I love what I've seen so far out of MG, and I think it's going to be a matter of time here, but Torrin Young's going to get this team turned around. They have game breakers. You do not take La Follette lightly because they can quick strike you. And so I think La Follette, Memorial, La Follette East, well, they've owned East the last couple of years for the Lussier Bowl here, but I think Memorial and West and La Follette, when those teams match up, going to be some really good games.
La Follette seems to have the bones of what would be a fringe playoff team, which for a team that hasn't been to the postseason since 2021, if Torrin Young can get them there in his first season, that would be a massive accomplishment.
But you got
to build
right.
on.
Last year, Memorial was 4-3, but their wins were against, they say, the lower teams in the conference. You got to be able to knock off somebody with a winning record if you get there. Remember last year, Kenosha St. Joseph had that game where they were out, and the team that beat them ended up making the playoffs with a 3-6 record because of the wins that Kenosha had the rest of the year. You've got that, the head-to-head, and then that secondary now in the new playoff format. So, but yeah, it'd be nice to see 4 teams at least out of the Big 8 get to the playoffs. And La Follette, like you said, one time they'd open up the season with Sun Prairie, and that game would be a war. I remember a year La Follette went and lost to Middleton, game 9. Next week they beat them in the playoffs. So it's just a matter of time to get them turned around here in the city.
Madison La Follette falls to 1-1. Monona Grove is 2-0 after their Week 2 contest here on the Thursday night edition of Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. We're back on Friday next week. Lake Mills, Lakeside Lutheran, the Slider Bowl. Coverage starts at 6:30, kickoff at 7 o'clock on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Once again, for our audio producer Riley Yauk back in the Everlight Solar studio at ESPN Madison, for our video producer Owen Dimple here at Lussier Stadium, the home of Madison La Follette and Madison East. And for the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Semrau, my name is Jesse Nelson. Thanks so much for coming along tonight. 52-14. Monona Grove beats Madison La Follette, but it wasn't as easy as the scoreboard may indicate. Thanks so much for coming along.